She was just there for the season.
Mic check 1 2. I said you. Krew Season Podcast. We are back again. This is episode 140. Finally.
140.
All right, man. Saera gonna be hungry if it's wrong.
Este es episodio 140.
Hi. Kenny T in the building.
I don't know if he's right or wrong. He could be wrong. I don't care. It still sound right.
OT is in the building with his salsa.
Spanish papi.
I'm D-Trail AC, man. It's another episode of Krew Season Podcast, man. How you fellas doing on this glorious night?
I'm good, man.
Got some things to get into today, man.
Gucci, what's up?
Not really.
Hold on. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm drained.
We don't care.
Damn, man.
See?
That's how niggas do you, man. I'm cool, man. I'm drained though. Work been kicking my ass. Stress.
That raise that we gave you. We need you to show it now.
That raise ain't do a damn thing. Do a damn thing.
Went from 25 cents to 26.
Inflation.
Other duties as assigned.
Hell no. That's the shit the managers be getting away with. They get you out of that contract. You do all type of shit.
Small fine print at the bottom.
Hired you for accounting. This nigga in there cleaning bathrooms.
We got a problem.
Hey, man, Daryl's been out on vacation. And, you know, all the teams kind of pitching in today. And today is your turn.
Today is my last day. Straight up.
You're an accounting turds.
Hell no, man. But it done been a lot of smoke going on lately, man, in terms of the podcast world and the manosphere world. And
so where we going?
What you doing? How you doing? Where we going?
what you doing? Where you driving?
What's
To
up?
be honest, I don't.
What's up?
I mean, I just want to see do y'all have thoughts on any of this nonsense that been going on? Because there's been a lot going on, man. A lot of arguments, a lot of back and forth. So, you know, it was an infamous panel live stream that happened about a couple of days ago in which some things were said, you know, about a certain network and certain people who are part of it. You know, everybody's familiar. I just want. Do y'all even care to speak on it? Or like, what's y'all thoughts on that?
It is what it is. They involve us. I don't care.
It's a part of the game. It's just, you know, the big fish got caught, and then it's just a trickle effect. That's all it was. You know, everybody that was not necessarily aligned with them, but invited them on their platform when they did stuff with them. If you didn't go against them, it looked like, you know, the people in the chat. So, you know them people, they do their research and send something to the platform and, hey, this person said this about this person, and trickle effect, and now more videos coming out. You know, it's just what it is. It's trickle effect because of everybody that was associated with that person. Everybody else just collateral damage, a part of it. And then it's, you know, one thing from another. You know what I'm saying? You'll have one party involved, and then you got a whole network involved, and then you got individuals responding, and then it's just a big mess. I mean, it's part of the YouTube space. You know, especially when you associate yourself with people, even if you do due diligence with background checks or whoever, like, you know, some shit just might come up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you can do one or two things: either side with it or denounce it. And so that's kind of where we at with it. You see people that's reacting to it, that's trying to eliminate whole channels or just cancel, quote unquote, people. And you got the other side that's in support and just riding regardless. So, you know, that's kind of where we at. That's what I've been sitting back and noticing.
Here's a question: Would y'all say that the manosphere is a safe space for women? Just speaking in a more general fashion, is it a space that women belong in terms of being on panels and going back and forth and debating with men and things of that nature? Like, what's your thoughts on that whole ordeal?
It should be no. This is supposed to be a space for men to get their stuff off, like barbershop talk. I mean, you got some that's going to be a little more extreme than others. Everybody's going to deliver their message how they want to because they're going to have their audience, so they're going to deliver it that way. But I think a lot of times for some reason, you need a woman's voice for that validation. When I don't think we necessarily need that. It's good to have it because it's like, you know, you'll experience stuff from a man and tell him this is how things should be in a sense, or operate within his parameters, yada yada yada, and then, you know, men may be like, oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. But you have a woman come on that platform, or an attractive woman, especially, and she can articulate herself well. Then they gonna kind of lean towards it and then welcome that because it's a pretty face as well. Similar to when we were doing Battle of the Sexes. Half the time, half the audience didn't care what we was talking about. They was looking at the women. They strictly coming for the women. No matter how outrageous they may sound, how extreme they may sound, they was coming for the women. Some stuff is like, yeah, bro, I hear you, da-da-da, but they was coming for the women. That's just what it is.
Yeah, I think in the space, man, a lot of these panels is kind of set up to crucify women, which is why I say I don't really feel like, you know, that the manosphere, which we are not a part of, but I mean, just on the outside looking in, it just doesn't seem like a safe space for that type of thing. I mean, if 90% of the people in the comments are men, and frustrated men at that, in terms of, you know, the way men have been treated, or the respect that men aren't getting and things of that nature. So when a lot of these women come on the panel, they kind of represent the women who have curved them men in the chat in their life, or who done wronged them in their real life. So when they looking at them, they ain't even seeing a person. They don't even care about your background or whatever the case may be. I'm seeing somebody who represents part of my trauma. And that's why it's so much vitriol in the comments and things of that nature. And even on stage, if we're going to be honest, some of the dudes on stage just seem very scarred in terms of just women in general and the women that they've dealt with in their life. And then they kind of use that opportunity to kind of take it out on women. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, women do contribute to it sometimes. And, you know, women who are willing to go back and forth is going to turn into a fireworks explosion, right? But, you know, I think just in general, there's a level of skepticism just right out of the gate with women being a part of the conversation. It just automatically turns into a gender war instead of a conversation, which is what it should be. That's why we done kind of fought so hard to kind of go against that narrative, go against that grain, you know. When women come to our platform, you know, we want them to feel comfortable, laid back. You know, we this is not a, you know, aha expose type of situation. It's literally we're going to have a conversation, and we ain't got to agree on everything. But, you know, think about us, you know, I feel like it's what separates us from everybody else is that we just cool with agreeing to disagree. You feel that way? Okay, boom, I feel this way. Okay, you're not changing your mind, I ain't changing mine. Cool, we agree, disagree. Let's move on to the next topic. But it's not a lot of passion. It's not a lot of vitriol. You hardly ever see us going just yelling back and forth to the top of our lungs with a woman, or insulting a woman, or doing things like that, because it's just not that serious to us. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that was always kind of confusing to me. It's like how people could be so invested enough to be able to engage in that type of way with a woman who's not mine. No woman walking this earth can get me outside of my character like that. That ain't a part of my family. You see what I'm saying? So to see that happen over and over again, it's just like, I don't know. It just never made sense to me. But, you know, again, as far as what done been happening, I don't really have words to speak on it, to be honest. You know, prayers to everybody involved. Just, I mean, I know I joke about, I say that a lot, but I mean, that's how I feel. You know, prayers to everybody involved. You know, wise man once told me, beef that don't concern you, you shouldn't speak on. So that's how I carry it. Those are my morals. But prayers to everybody. You know, hopefully they get that sorted out. But us, we gonna keep cooking. We gonna keep rocking, keep elevating, and doing what it is that we do. And you know, we hope that they do the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I gotta say to that. NBA playoffs are starting, man. Let's get into a little bit of sports, man. Ladies, bear with us. We ain't gonna be on it too long. But
no, y'all gonna listen, goddammit.
It's man time.
The next hour.
Man time.
Matter of fact, while I'm talking, go fix my ham sandwich.
You can say ham sandwich. We about to get canceled right with these niggas.
You like your bun that's toasted?
Toasted. Edges cut off on the side.
A little splash of mustard. Thank you. But playoffs are starting, man. Who y'all got, man? I need finals picks on each side. Who going?
Golden State
You know,
in 6.
you know who I'm riding with.
Braun.
You know it. My boy's gonna upset Memphis. Is it really upset? Would it be? Yeah.
I wouldn't say
like 50,
so.
50.
I wouldn't say so. But speaking of Memphis, shout out to Kenny Lofton Jr., man. Port Arthur
Facts.
native. Came
Facts.
out there, NBA debut, gave out 42
Hey.
in his debut, the highest scoring debut for a rookie in the starting lineup ever. But that's another conversation another day. Port Arthur all day long. But what you were saying, pardon me, bro.
Facts. No, I just think they're gonna upset them. It seems like, you know, LA kind of getting their chemistry right now. With all these new pieces, Braun back, AD is, you know, playing like he should be playing for the most part. These are like the last 15 games or so.
Right.
So if that continues, it's gonna look scary for boys. It's definitely gonna look scary. And boy, if anybody been watching basketball long enough, they know when it comes to the playoffs, Braun is a different animal. It's totally different from the regular season. So
Yeah, what is he, 3 and 4?
that's fine. Again, how many niggas have been? He's 4 and 6. How many niggas have been? Exactly.
My bad.
Exactly.
4 and 6.
Niggas can't get there.
My bad.
It's how many niggas have been to 10 chips, period. Exactly. So,
I know
hey,
somebody that
you
went
win
6
some,
and
you
0.
lose some. You win some, you lose some. And nigga took a lot of time off, too.
Somebody that went 6 and 0.
And one of them between them is the
all I know.
all-time scoring leader and still accruing. About to be up there,
I know.
top 5 in steals, about to be top 5 in blocks.
He
about to
came
be
in
top
straight out
5
of
in
high school.
assists.
He came in straight out of high school.
My nigga do everything. That's all I got to say about that. But from the East, we're going, I think Milwaukee. It's probably going to be like out of Milwaukee and Boston.
Big one.
But I think Milwaukee is solid. I think they got all their pieces. Milwaukee could make another run for sure.
The choking Celtics?
That's what I said, Milwaukee.
You got him in 6?
If it's like if it's LA or Milwaukee, it might be Milwaukee. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Damn, you gonna pick them over Braun?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's how you know he ain't the
You ain't no
greatest.
fan right there. Because if it was Jordan, who would pick them over Jordan in the finals?
Okay, let's be honest. That Jordan team was like Steph and them in 14, 15.
That 91
I
team was not like Steph and them. Stop it, please.
All right,
Please stop
all
it.
right,
That's not true.
All right.
That is not true.
Okay. He was an overwhelming favorite in all of them. Am I lying? Am I right?
Does that speak to his
Am I
greatness?
lying?
or
Am
not?
I right?
No, you are, but does it speak to his greatness?
Braun has overcome obstacles. Jordan ain't had no obstacles to overcome.
Braun has underachieved as well. I mean,
No, he has
2011 is a perfect example. I think he was averaging, 14 points?
That's one.
Okay,
That's one chip.
What one did Jordan underperform in?
Braun beat a team that was 73-9. Has Jordan ever beat a team like that? No. Get out of here.
No,
Get out of here.
because he was
That's
73.
done. That's
He
done.
was 73.
My point.
And won the chip.
You catering up our point.
No, I'm not.
He had the better team.
I'm speaking
he
of
was
his
on the better
dominance.
roster. What would you expect?
What happened versus
My nigga
Mavs?
wasn't on the better team.
What happened versus the Mavs? Were they 73 and 9?
It's one chip.
Were the Mavs 73 and 9?
You're talking one chip.
Were the Mavs 73 and 9?
You're talking one chip.
Oh,
He
bro.
led.
I'm just
He
trying to
led.
understand.
He led JJ Barea.
You're talking
20
one chip. You're talking one chip.
JJ Barea.
You're
JJ
talking
Barea
one chip.
5'9".
What about the other chips that he lost? Who he went against?
5'9", 175.
He went against them dogs. Did Jordan ever
He
go
let
against
Jason-
dogs?
he let Jason
Did
Kidd
Michael Jordan ever go against dogs?
He
Plural.
was the dog.
Plural.
He was the dog.
Exactly. Y'all can't ever
He was the
talk
dog.
about that.
John Stockton and Karl Malone?
Trash.
Oh, my God.
Stop it.
Do they have any chips?
Next.
No.
Braun went against Spurs. Do they have
Next.
chips? Multiple. He went against Golden
Next.
State. Do they have chips? Multiple. That's the era that Braun played in. Jordan didn't do that, so I don't want to hear that.
Because Jordan was stopping all of them.
The only chip
Jordan
I
was
bring up is the Mavs.
Jordan
Cool.
was stopping them from getting chips. That's
Jordan
the difference.
never went against dynasty teams. Jordan was the dynasty team. When Jordan went against dynasty
Exactly.
listen.
That's the point.
And when Jordan went against them, he lost. And
He
matter
was
of fact,
6-0.
he didn't get to the finals. He didn't get to the finals, so let's not talk about y'all talking about 6-0, but the nigga didn't even get to the finals. He got more playoff losses than Braun do. Early exits. Get out of here.
He was dominating.
Ship him up.
He was
Pack him
dominating
up.
the league
Ship
so
him out.
bad that he had to take a couple
Pack 'em
years
up,
off to
ship
give
'em
other
out.
niggas a
I
chance
don't
to
wanna hear
win.
that. No,
He
he
went-
got tired.
he went to go
got
play-
tired.
he went to
Braun
go play
8
baseball
straight.
'cause he was so
Braun
easy.
went 8 straight. That nigga was tired. He was a bum. Nah, he wasn't no bum. Y'all making me mad. My nigga went 8 straight.
Y'all making me
Niggas get
mad.
mad, start talking
My
crazy.
nigga, y'all know Braun.
Niggas enjoying the ball.
That's like Big Bro. My nigga went 8 straight. Jordan got tired. Cool. Understand that. Go do something else with your life. But he came back. He got his 3. And then after that, fell off.
Came back
again.
with 3 more.
In a row.
Fell off.
And literally retired again. He said, look, man, if y'all bring my coach back, I'm gone.
And guess what? LeBron's still going. Year 20, averaging 29, 8 and 8.
And I lost.
Still about to lose, and
Hey,
they
all I'm
get
saying,
to the finals.
longevity counts too.
All right, man. We ain't gonna spend too much time
The
on this, man. Warriors in 6. Steph with his second Finals MVP. That's my prediction. Don't matter who come out these. Let's
like
call it what it
Warriors,
is.
but I don't know if they're going to.
Because Wiggs is back, and things of that nature. It's gonna be some time to jail, and whatever.
And the rumors was false about Wiggy.
No, they wasn't.
Yes, they was.
The rumors was true.
No, dog.
They was true.
They said it was about his pops was sick.
That was convenient
No,
timing.
dog.
That was convenient timing.
Rumors was false.
But okay, man. Let's get into. I ain't really ready to get into it. Let's get to some more podcast beef. Basically,
God damn.
Joe Budden and he's been kind of taking shots. Well, not taking shots.
He ain't been taking those shots?
No. He been shooting back. Pardon me. People been taking shots at him forever. And recently a Complex podcast list just came out. Well, not podcast list, influencer list. He was number 1 on it. Right. So Joe Budden has caught a lot of flack over throughout the history, man, for his music career, some of his habits, outside of the booth, whatever the case may be. But he done got into this podcast lane and been dominating. I don't think there's any debating that. Just the numbers say it, the accolades say it, the influence says it. But he's been recently taking shots at detractors. A couple of them are ex co-podcasters, things of that nature. So
You talking about Rory and Maul?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I mean them and a few others. Tax Stone going at it with him, even though he just got convicted of the Troy Ave situation.
Damn.
They ain't sentenced him yet, but it ain't looking good, big dog. I'm gonna be honest with you. Another case of waste of potential, but that's another conversation for another day. My question is this: when you at that level, of course that's gonna come with it. But I want to ask y'all, like, how would y'all handle that type of, what I'm saying, like those type of situations, especially with people close to you or who was once close to you? Would y'all even speak on it, or do y'all feel like, okay, enough is enough, I'm going to address it the same way Joe kind of did recently?
Are they still speaking on me?
Yes.
Hell yeah, I'm going to say something.
But it's like subtle reference shots or whatever.
I'm going to send a reference non-subtle shot. It's going to hit target. Then I'm going to leave it at that. Especially when the numbers don't lie. I'm still doing what I'm doing without you niggas. And it is what it is.
Yeah, some truth. I mean, it's a lot of truth to that. And then, that they numbers don't look as high as they did when they first left. They say it's kind of dying down. And then, Joe is kind of ramping up on that and, pointing that out and, basically showing people, I just got number 1. I'm still doing me. Look at everybody else who used to be associated with me. Or everybody else who was hating on me. Look at their numbers, look at mine. So, I asked, once you get to that level, do you feel like that's even something to speak on? I mean, because we catch a lot of criticism now. We ain't nowhere near that level. But once you hit that top spot, do you feel like it's even worth speaking on? Even if it's personal?
Nah, it's not really worth speaking on, but I also think at the same time, too, you just got to remind people and let them know. When I think about that, I kind of think about like a Jay-Z or, Drake. Like, they may send a subtle shot, but how they'll, in the way that they'll put it, it could be for anybody. And at the same time, it'll be like truth behind it, and they backing it up, and it just, it just be loaded with a few bars behind it. So I kind of think of it like that. Like, sometimes people just need to be reminded who you are sometimes, especially when you kind of just chilling and just doing your thing, continually working hard, putting up numbers. And then, you'll get people that feel like you don't deserve it. You don't know what I deserve. You don't know how much work we've been putting in, how much sleepless nights, what it costs to do this and costs to do that. So you don't know what I deserve. So, the list came out. The people, you let the people make that decision. I could say I'm the best, and I could believe I'm the best, and I could say it all day and every day. But, does it really mean something if the people also don't agree?
Here's a quick question, too. This ain't even on the docket. What's your favorite podcast outside of ours?
I don't listen to podcasts beside ours. I ain't gonna lie.
Hell, you don't listen to ours.
I ain't gonna lie. I tell you all the time.
Record and go to the house, baby.
I hate hearing my own voice. But I'll listen to it sometimes.
I know what you mean. I do be sounding annoying sometimes.
You know, but
all the time. What you saying?
But other podcasts, I don't. It's nothing against them. I know there's good podcasts out there somewhere, but just not my type of thing.
Okay, well then, real quick, then we're gonna ask you a separate question. What's your favorite hobby
I love
outside
fish.
of podcast?
Me, I'm fishing. That's all I do. Actually, I'm going crabbing tomorrow with my broke ass wrist.
Crab's gonna drag his ass in the water. 6-inch.
Help.
Oh man. Oh, favorite podcast outside of Krew season, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Right now, the podcast I look forward to dropping all the time is Joe Budden. That nigga can part his ass off. And I study it. That's why I like it so much compared to other podcasts.
Why you still failing?
Who still? We rising.
You failing.
We rising.
You ain't performing like you need to be.
If anybody been noticing, I've been parting.
Take some new
I've been
notes.
parting lately.
You been
Anyways, like, other podcasts still good, all the other hip hop podcasts, but it's just something about the art of it in general, because it's still, it ain't just you getting behind the mic and talking. Like sometimes it's you setting up the question, like you're throwing the alley, or the segues they do, and like all that stuff. It really plays into the part of podcasting, and he does a dope ass job of doing that shit. You can really tell, like it's like second nature to him. They can turn the mics on and he just go for it. You know what I'm saying? It's dope to watch. A lot of other ones, cool too. And at first, I'm not even gonna lie, when they added Queen's Flip, like the very first episode, it was annoying as hell. But after that, I was like, dog, this nigga is hilarious. And then he offered just a different perspective. And then he'll call out everybody, say if he need to, or it really pulls other stuff out of him too. So I think, Joe, he just a creator. And all you can do is, whenever your chips fall, all you can do is keep building and keep pushing. And that's what he did. Right. He called two of his good friends that, have a good perspective and have good insight. And now he got two more, and he added a woman. You know what I'm saying? So shout out him for it. So that's dope. I like it. I mean, it's real creative. It takes nuts to just try new things and then see where it goes. So that's definitely like number one, what I look forward to. But I probably listen to about 5-6 on the regular though. Yeah, no, I agree. I like Joe and them. I like Gilly and Wallow too, of course. Again, they just, I don't know, both of them just kind of make you feel like you're in the living room with them. Just kind of kicking it, you know what I'm saying, chopping it up and just talk about everything. And they got a way of like making it not seem like a podcast. It just seemed like motherfucker just press record in the room while they just talking. But it's structured at the same time. So they kind of find a way to weave the structure in. I think that's dope. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Salute to them, man. And boys is doing their thing. But okay, let's get back to it, man. We got a question that was sent to us. What was a clip, really? The guy speaking on how he gets over a heartbreak. And we done been asked this before, but I thought his reply to this was interesting. So I'm going to play it and get y'all take on what he had to say.
How do you move on from somebody?
You can't move on from somebody until you detach from them. And you can't detach from them without realizing that you were attached to them. So I think the question to ask is, why am I attached to this person? What do I feel like? What hole in me do I think that they are filling? So I needed to be with her or be with him because they validated me. They made me feel loved. That tells you that you don't love yourself enough. Because if you love yourself enough, you wouldn't depend on them to love you. Do you see how this works? So understand that every person that you're with is merely reflecting you. So if you struggle with something in a relationship with somebody, that's because you actually struggle with that part of you. And they're reflecting it back to you. But the ego wants you to focus on them. No. It was just you. That's why I try to tell you, nothing exists outside of you. Everything was you. And when you know that, now everyone that you interact with, they're teaching you a little bit more about yourself.
How do you...
That's hard.
Sheesh.
That is very, very hard. Boy said everybody that you interact with is teaching you a little bit more about yourself. We speak a lot on this part about accountability, and I think his soliloquy highlighted that in a excellent fashion. But I just want to get y'all take on it. Do y'all agree with it? What are y'all thoughts? Like first thoughts, just hearing and break that down like that.
I love it. It's really a mirror. I mean, like we say all the time, like your partner is a reflection of you. And if you're going through super difficult situations and continuously allowing it, you holding up the mirror. You know what I'm saying? So that shit hit home because it quickly had me, think about situations that I was in that I shouldn't have been in. Especially when he was saying that, like that hole that person may have had on you, why they had it, on you, and then you compare it to the situations that you was in that you left quickly with ease, and it didn't, even though it may have lasted a little bit longer, it didn't hit nearly as hard.
Right.
So I agree 1,000%. That shit, you hit it right on the head.
Yeah. Kenny, what was your thoughts on that, man? Man said everybody that you done been with, whether it's dating or friend circle or anybody that you've interacted with on a frequent basis, shows you a little bit about yourself, good or bad. What's your thoughts on that?
I think he was pretty spot on. I do believe we align ourselves with people that are stronger in our weak spots. So where we're weak at, the other people we align with are stronger at. That way they can help us, guide us in certain situations that we're, weak in. So yeah, I mean, I agree. A lot of us align ourselves, especially men, align ourselves with emotional women because we don't know how to express our emotions. So as hard as that bothers us, we just don't realize that that's what we need to be working on, and fail to try to work on it. We just try to find somebody to fill that void in ourselves. So yeah, I agree. I don't see anything wrong with what he said.
Yeah, man, I think, you start looking back on all the people that you done dealt with in that fashion and you come to understand, like, that's what you deserved at the time. Mm-hmm. Good or bad. And I think that's hard for people to look in that mirror and kind of accept. And, like, that's what he was speaking to. He's saying, it's always them. They're always pointing the finger. No. You look in the mirror because you attract who you are. You attract what's, akin to you, like what's familiar. That's what you want to have around you. That's what you gravitate to. So if you're at a stage in your life to where you're just toxic, and we've all been there, you know what I'm saying? We just doing the wrong thing. We know we doing the wrong thing. We feel we doing the wrong thing, and we still do it anyway. But the type of people that you're dealing with during that time is typically the worst people for you. Those are typically your worst relationships. But, those times to where you kind of like knew who you were and you was confident in who you were and you was going about things the right way, being productive, exercising and eating right and going to work, working hard, being productive, those people that you dealing with during that era tend to be the best people in your history. But yeah, so, what bro was saying was spot on. I do want to get y'all take on advice on a breakup though. Like what should be the first step? I'm talking about dude or the woman just got the call.
The call, damn, it wasn't face to face.
That's what I was gonna say. That's savage. Shit. But they or the text in this.
Yeah, that happened. Text or call.
But they just got the information. Their partner does not want to be with them no more. Now, of course, they crushed immediately, right? If y'all had to get some advice on how you rebound from that after a relationship ends like that in that drastic of a fashion, what would y'all tell them to do? Like, what advice would y'all give them?
Talking after that and all took place.
I'm talking about they just got the call.
Okay, so we talking right there.
Right.
What? What's a lot of confusion going on in that moment. A lot of denial is going on in that moment. A lot of convincing is going on in that moment.
Is this like they led up to this is like it's been talked about, or is this just random out the blue type of?
She just sat you down and said, "You know what?"
Out of nowhere, I just said, "Hey."
Nah, it ain't never out of nowhere. Let's establish that.
Okay, well, I mean,
it's never out of nowhere.
Y'all was having an argument or whatever, and then terms are good, and then y'all on good terms, and then she come out of nowhere and say, you know what, I just can't do this. That's what we're saying?
We're saying that.
Or y'all had an argument, again, after repeated arguments, and she's finally like, hey.
Right.
I'm done. Can't do
Right.
this.
Because that's typically how it goes.
Yeah. Sayonara.
No. I'd have been in a couple of situations. I thought it was good.
You thought it was good?
Maybe I wasn't reading right. I don't know.
You thought it was good that she said it's over?
No. I'm saying I thought we were good, and then it's I can't do this no more or something like that.
Oh yeah, you wasn't reading the instructions or the cereal box. You wasn't doing nothing. Probably. You wasn't even reading her. You was reading another woman at the time.
I probably was.
Oh my God, nigga agreed.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't in touch.
Probably right.
We know what you was doing.
I missed the whole.
That's crazy.
Why are you playing? That's probably very true.
Okay,
Yeah,
so now we got to dig. How do you miss that?
My focus wasn't there. Clearly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take care of home and have fun, do my thing at the same time, thinking I can have my cake and eat it too. You know?
Who made the cake though?
Doesn't matter who made it or who want to eat it.
I'm gonna eat some of my cake. I know that's what I'm gonna do if I baked it. I eat as much as I want, when I want, how I want. Yeah, in that situation, I would say, if it's like y'all been arguing, and I think you could kind of gauge when shit is just going left, like y'all been arguing and whatnot. Especially somebody you've been dating for at least a year or whatnot, a year and a half. Y'all should probably be getting ready to get close to being engaged or whatnot. And if it ain't that close and y'all still arguing a lot, like y'all a married couple or something. Yeah, I think that's just something you be like, you know what? You come to terms with. Just be like, yeah, you know what? I agree.
If you was already thinking that, it's easy though.
I mean, because you know how arguments go. Y'all typically break up here and there over a little spouse. But if it's like a continuous like arguing over and over and over.
We break up.
And over and over. You know what I'm saying? The man is most likely waiting for the woman to break up with him anyway when it gets serious. You know, I say just let it go. Accept what it is. You know, sit back, take your time, and, you know, gauge yourself for what you did wrong, what you could have did better, what you should have did better, not could have did better, what you know you should have did better, but you was just being so petty and just really didn't like it that much like you thought you did.
Damn.
Yeah, and just work on yourself a little bit. But I wouldn't say, you know, just lose all hope and, you know, get to know. I mean, you're going to be depressed. I mean, that's someone that you thought you loved or you did love. It's not thought you loved. You did love. You know, you were in love with. You know, you still going to have love for him, but.
That's tough, man.
It is. But I wouldn't accept no damn breakup over no damn text.
Yeah, that is a little.
We need to have a phone call.
That's the
okay,
issue.
hey,
That's
I would definitely call and be like, okay, hey, this is serious. What you want to do?
No.
I agree.
She's sending you the voicemail because she don't want to talk. She sent a text message.
Oh, yeah. If you definitely clicking me, sending me the voicemail, we definitely done.
Well, I mean, she already said you was done.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you want to call and be like adults about the situation.
She done with it.
Well, then hey, then I'm done. That's why I said I'm gonna at least give a courtesy call for both of us.
Say block.
But you want some closure?
So we can talk about this.
You want some closure?
No,
Kenny?
I didn't tell her to come by the house. I ain't say none of that. I said we gonna talk on the phone so I can hear your tone of voice when you talking to me about this situation.
Nope, she sent it.
Hey, then we done. That's cool. At least I made my effort just to reiterate what she's saying. Because all the time, basically, I knew it was done anyway. But I mean, I'm not going to accept no damn. I mean, I'll accept it after I made the effort to call and verify it. I won't just say, I got a text message say she want to break up. All right, if I accept that, then I already wasn't even there anyway.
You was already
out the door anyway.
So
I'm already with somebody
you
else.
responding? Are you responding to the text, or you just gonna call as soon as you see it?
I'm gonna call as soon as I see it.
Okay.
And if she ignored or whatever it is, and hey, that's what she choose to do. But there ain't gonna be no conversation after that.
That's easier said than done.
It is. Everything is easier said than done. But will I do it?
Call for like a week straight just to make sure.
Then you'll call for a week straight?
No. I said niggas will.
Oh.
Yeah,
my damn ego is a little too tough for that. But do y'all feel like a breakup can really just sneak up on you?
Hell no. I ain't never had a breakup that just snuck up on me. But I ain't dated two people in my life, so. When I was married, the other one I was with for 3-4 years. So
Yeah.
But in my two, I would say no. I've never had a breakup that just snuck up on my ass.
Snuck up on you.
I knew I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. And even if I got caught, it was what it was. Or even if I wasn't cheating and I was still not doing my part as a husband or trying to work on myself as a man, and it was being reiterated to myself, but I was just too scared to change myself for that. Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Relationships, no. But like talking, yes. Like kind of dating-ish. Not like a official relationship.
Oh, well, you don't count.
Those situations, yeah, we knew what was up or whatever. But like if it was just, we couple months in, we still trying to figure things out and just one of those, I don't think that we should do this no more. Yeah, that definitely happened.
So from what Kenny is saying, is like you can kind of feel it. And you kind of echo, you can kind of feel it coming. Why not just make the changes that you have to make?
To keep the relationship going?
Right.
Because sometimes they may not be worth it.
Then why are you in a relationship with them to begin with?
Yeah, when you're young, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what about when you're 30?
Because like sometimes when you're younger, you just like put up with certain things, and not try to change just out of like ego or just selfishness, whatever. But when you're older, is more. You definitely listen to your woman more. Because when you're younger, she just nagging, she just doing it. But a lot of times it really be things that you can improve on, or she see you not being romantic, or you're not listening to her, you're not communicating on time like you should. Like those things be real issues. But a lot of times we just sweep it under the rug, try to be, whatever. We just moving how we want to move. So, but now when you get older, you're not gonna do that.
But I think you are. Because we get wrote in a lot, and people coming on Instagram Lives and present scenarios to us.
Very
So people
true.
that's older doing the same thing. I've been asking my husband to do this one thing for me for 12 years, and he just would not do it. And
that's true.
Then when I decide to leave, he want to put up a effort to try to come there. Why couldn't you do that when I was asking you for 12 years? That type of situation.
That's because they plan on doing it for a short term, not a long term. Mm-hmm. Most people, when you bring something up to them, they gonna do it just to keep you around for a little bit more. They'll do it for a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 months, but then go back to their regular selves just so they can keep you around. That's how most people do it. In other situations, it's about being petty. People start, keeping count, keeping tally. Oh, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, you're not doing that, and people just start, being petty with each other. Well, I'm not gonna do this because you're not doing this for me. Well, I'm not gonna do this for you because you're not doing that for me. And then all of a sudden, y'all both neither one a husband or wifely duties to each other. Y'all just over there being roommates, arguing with each other, not even communicating until it's like, okay, well, I want to leave. Oh, now you want to leave? Okay, let me do a little bit of what you wanted me to do for this time being. And then when you don't do what I wanted you to do, I'm going to start saying that. And then it's like a back and forth bullshit.
And that's what I'm saying. If you love that person, why not just get it done long term instead of the short term?
I think some people say, hey, why am I always doing this and you still ain't doing nothing? Like some people get in a situation like, okay, let's say, for instance, the woman's on a man, hey, you're not being emotional enough. Okay, I'm going to be more emotional. But the man tells the woman, hey, I need you to cook more. She don't cook. But she come back and say, hey, I need you to spend more time with me. Okay, I'm going to spend more time with you. Come back like, hey, can you put something on the stove for me?
You pod,
she still
Kenny.
don't do nothing.
You pod, Kenny.
She be like, oh, hey, we don't take no more trips. Come take trips with us.
You pod, Kenny.
You start taking more trips. You come home and it's still cold. The stove got ice on it.
You pod, Kenny.
I'm tired of just doing it. That's when we start keeping count.
And then she come back and ask for a bigger house.
And it's like,
Or a new
golly,
car.
I did it. I did this. I did that. I just asked you to cook for me or clean up the house or goddamn, rub my feet or something.
She not a maid, Kenny.
And
Why you
that's
ask to do
how
these
most men do,
chores?
because we don't, in most men, there's a tally on ourselves. We don't express what the hell we need. We don't. So we always do what they need. We do what they need. We do what they need. And we kind of hold back what we want until it's like, goddamn, I don't want to do it no more. And we just let everything out. And then she's like, well, why, you ain't tell me this. Now you expect me to turn into Superwoman.
Goddamn
blah, blah, blah.
avalanche.
And you like, goddamn, yeah. I should have probably told you earlier. Now I'm just going to go back into my corner and do what I need to do as a husband and still not demand what I wanted.
Because now you don't want to upset her more.
Yeah, you don't want to see her cry. You know you were wrong because you didn't even express what the hell you needed. And she brought that up to you. How you want me to do this and you don't even talk to me about it. You're like, damn, you're right. I'm fucked up. And the things that you told her, still if you told her, she's still going to shove it underneath the rug. Like, oh, wait, he didn't bring it to me at the right time. So,
But regardless, they still should be open to listening to what we got to say regardless. Even if it's a lot at one time.
yeah, that's true.
Like, it may be a lot at one time, but think about the times that I didn't say anything. Like, this will be the first conversation in a couple of years this man just really opened up to you after you done made him do thing after thing after task after task. You want these new curtains, you want this new furniture, you want this, like, it be all new things, and men want to please their women naturally. And then, yeah, you come out and say something, and now it's like, we treat him like the bad person. No, let's just have a conversation.
But most of the time we bring up what we need
When it's too late.
when it's an argument. Mm-hmm. Like when it's like you ain't do that one thing the next one thing that she asked because you were just tired of always doing it.
We ain't got time. We don't be thinking about that shit.
She's like, hey, I need you to help me clean up the bathroom. Clean up the fucking bathroom? I'm paying this, and that. You won't do this, and that. Well, why didn't you say nothing? Fuck. Because I thought you would just do it.
There we go.
That's in my instances. I'm not going to talk about
Nah,
everybody else.
that's a lot of it.
I feel you. No, you talking.
But you said something that kind of stood out to me. You said that, it might be the first time in a few years this man had unpacked like this. Why wait that long?
That's why because we don't, that's not something that we just do. Like, women will bring something to you every other week that they feel you need to work on or you need to improve on, or they want this, want that. It's something. It's going to be something. Like Kenny said, it's going to be a trip. It's going to be, I need you to do this more. I need you to do this more. I need you to be a little more romantic. I need you to take we ain't took a trip in a while. We ain't been on a nice date in a while. Like, it be thing after thing a lot of times. And it's like, damn, I'm not Superman. I know I'm that dude, but, like, I'm not perfect. And I think a lot of times women will try to want you to be just perfect. At least that's what it seems like. Because it's hundreds of complaints that men can just come to their woman about. Like, hey, I don't like how you be leaving the bathroom dirty sometimes. Or I don't like sometimes you be leaving a few dishes in there. You get on me about cleaning, but you leave dish in the sink too. It's like we just be like, whatever. She tired, baby tired. Like, we'll give them excuses a lot of times. So, but then after a while, it just builds up. And as we just unload, because we don't want to complain. We don't want to seem like we just nagging throughout the process.
But here's a perspective I feel like a lot of men don't think about. Man, I just thought about this 5 minutes ago, to be honest. Why not meet them at their level as far as communication? To where it's like, if that woman is, you say, she telling you something every week, every other week, in terms of what she wants you to fix. Have we ever thought about, well, maybe that's how she receives information as well? She would rather receive information as well and would process it more efficiently that way, more so than you just dumping it on her lap every 2 or 3 years and listen out to 10 things that she's not doing in the midst of an argument or in the midst of her telling you something that she wish you would do.
Oh, yeah,
Why not just be a bit more effective? Mm-hmm. And when we have these, matter of fact, we're going to make it a weekly conversation.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of what we can both improve upon. We ain't going to take it personal, no judgment, no none of that. But you give me your grievance, I'm going to hear you all the way out. I'm not going to interrupt. I'm not going to make excuses. I ain't going to do nothing. Mm-hmm. And then once you're done, and I say that I receive what you're saying, then I give you mine.
We'll see what she's saying and repeat back
what
she's saying to make sure you're on the same page.
Right. and then I give you mine, right? So again, if men's supposed to be leaders, we gotta create infrastructure that's gonna be able to get our voice heard as well as hers. Because you're right, men do go about it like, well, you know what? I ain't gonna bring it up. I can just clean it up on the back end without it even having to be a discussion. But I feel like that is our problem because every time we do that, a bit of resentment builds up every time. And it might be a little bit, it may not be much, but it's a little bit every time. And then it gets to a point to where it's like, oh, you couldn't know me about.
Right.
As Kenny said, cleaning the bathroom.
Right.
You didn't do this.
Right.
This.
I done did this.
Right.
Supposed to give them more leeway to keep on, asking for that. You know?
Right.
If you allow it one time, they say, well, you wasn't complaining about this a year ago. Why now? Well, it's because I wasn't doing this for you. Oh, now you just finding stuff to argue about. Be like, shit.
But some stuff don't bother us in the moment.
It do bother you.
No, not like
It just doesn't bother you like you think you should until you let it build up.
Yeah, it doesn't bother you enough to address it. But I think women, it don't matter what it is, like they gonna come to, even if it's small, they want to have a discussion about it. We not gonna, like, how would you feel at work? Like, especially like at work, it's like, hey, I didn't know.
This is not work. This is a relationship.
That's what I was thinking before you even brought that up. I was like, we can't compare household to work. As a matter of fact, we should be different with our woman than we handle different things outside. But men,
that's true.
We handle everything the same way.
Yes,
and that's part of the problem.
Yeah, this ain't work. That's where you definitely feel at.
Well, just communication. It's like I can't.
You don't even communicate the same at work.
Let a lot slide at work.
Yeah.
Boss come in with shit, you be like, you don't really feel like doing this. She came in with that extra assignment, even though you was promised to get off early. I know I promised, but I need you to stay extra. You gon' all right. But we do the same thing in the house. So our girl, just like Kenny said, I came home from work, ain't nothing on the stove. All right, let me get on DoorDash.
Slamming shit.
All right, you want to go out to eat? Instead of pulling up to like, look, baby, we discussed this. Why ain't nothing on the stove for me to eat? But men don't do that. We gonna wait until that argument filled up. Well, your ass don't cook, you don't clean.
I put a block of ice on the stove,
and it's still frozen.
It actually grew. This hood vent ain't been on in years.
Damn.
There's no grease underneath this hood vent.
You know, got that emergency fan. Come on.
Why do I have this here? Why?
Why do I even have
How'd you get in here and cook? You know what? You right.
No, don't say you right.
Don't get mad when your work wife brought you some lunch.
See? But, I mean, just, again, the reason I ask those questions is for a lot of dudes listening. I think, man, we need to change our communication style.
Yeah.
For two reasons. For one, just for us to become better communicators in general, right? For two, to program our woman to the type of communication that we gonna give and stress the importance and the urgency in which that we want to get these things done. Because if you bring it up once every couple of years, they feel like, well, there ain't really that much urgency behind it. I can get around to it compared to your wife bringing it up every day or every week. It's like, oh, man, let me get this shit done before I don't have to hear her damn mouth. I think men need to operate a bit more like them within the relationship as far as communicating what it is that we want. Because Kenny right, it's a lot of stuff that bother us. They don't bother us like to the point of we ready to just leave. Mm-hmm. But it's like, really, you couldn't do that.
Okay, so how would you communicate that then? Like, if it doesn't bother you that much, but it is something that could potentially grow into something. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you...
What, washing clothes?
No, I mean, any little minor complaint that you got. Like I said, she'll bring up anything. So
something minor. What would be minor in your eyes?
Let's say, I don't know, shit. It's been a month since date night, the last date night.
And you're always planning it, or I mean, how is date night normally planned?
She's complaining that y'all haven't been on date night in a month.
No, what are you complaining about? That's the problem. What's bothering you?
Yeah, what would you consider minor?
Yeah,
as far as a complaint. some grievance that you have?
Trying to use something different than the usual stuff. It could be a date. Let's say a date on the other side. When last time she treated you to a date?
So what's minor bothering is that she has never treated you to a date. So how do you bring that up, is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Just use that for example.
I don't know. I would probably, say, hey, babe, I think we need to spend more time together. Maybe we should lay down or knock down maybe a scheduled Friday every month that we both plan a date night.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You plan one week, and there's 4 weeks in a month. You plan one, and I plan one.
I don't like that.
Why is that? Because I don't just want to put all the pressure on her to just plan one date night for the month. I would rather be, it's...
I wish you said we.
Yeah, we.
You can tell Kenny been in therapy.
It's just like washing clothes. Like if I'm tired of, like, my pet peeve would be washing clothes. Like if every time I come in the goddamn bathroom, there's no goddamn dry towels, and I'm always the one washing clothes, washing towels, I'm gonna pull you aside and say, hey, babe, we both using these towels in there. You use these to dry your hair, or you probably use more towels than I do.
Makeup, all that.
Hey, can you do laundry once or twice? I would greatly appreciate that. Not just sit there and just keep on doing the laundry and just get pissed off at her because she's never doing it. Not saying that's happened to me, because it never have, but I hate dirty. I like being clean. I hate shit all over the house. If I come in the house and there's newspapers and mail all over the place, hey, babe, I ain't been home all day. What's up? What's going on with the house? Why is there everything over there? Can you, clean up a little bit before I get home? I'm not saying, being angry about it, but shit. It's a pet peeve of mine. I hate every time I come in the house, I got to clean up. No, it's not happening that way. We both live here.
Are you going to tell us a pet peeve of yours?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
She'll know that before we even date. I'm letting out all my pet peeves before we even date. If either you with it or not. You ain't getting in the bed without taking a shower. You ain't goddamn not cleaning your dishes. We gonna share cooking. We gonna share cleaning. We gonna do all these things as a couple. I'm one that, except for taking out the trash or cutting the grass. That's nothing. But normal duties of housekeeping. This is our house, not my house, not your house. This is our house. We need to take care of this asset of ours.
I like it. Oh, how do you typically bring up your grievances? Typically,
the wrong way. What we just talked about. I did. On May 22nd, I did this.
God damn, you got a calendar?
I think I pulled out a sheet of paper.
May 27th at 7:36 p.m. He got military time at 1932.
We went on 5 dates in 3 days.
We went to, nigga pull out a sheet of paper. We went to Cheddar's, Chili's, Willie G's, Steak 48. I paid for all of them.
No.
Don't let me include valet.
I mean, I definitely think I can work on it. I am working on it.
You should.
So I said I am. Whore.
I think I could. I can't. I won't.
Cause I struggle with it. Cause since I'm going through the process, I know I'm getting better, and I do try certain days, but then there are just some days I just don't feel like bringing stuff up, because I don't feel like it's that big of a deal to me. I'd rather you tell me what I need to work on, and I'm gonna just continue pushing from there. Because it's like, what you doing not bothering me, and one like not phasing me at all. I don't see a need to bring it up.
Hold on,
that's our problem, Mo.
that's like the complete.
That's our problem.
That's the whole
but
scenario.
if it's not, but again, if it's not like if it's something that's gonna irritate me, I'm gonna bring it up.
No,
I'm gonna say, hey,
you just said you wouldn't. You just said if something that bothered you, you wouldn't bring it up. You rather her tell you what you're doing wrong instead of telling her what she's doing wrong.
I would prefer that, but I also
where is she getting the guidance to do better for you?
When I do bring it up, like I said, it's certain things. I don't know. I guess it's like a threshold. Let's do it like that. On a scale of 1 to 10, if it's like anything from 1 to 4, I don't feel like I need to bring it up. Like when you get in that 5 zone, then let's have a discussion about it. But if it's a 2, 3, and it only happened once, we've been together X amount of time. It's like, okay, it don't. That's not something. That particular situation isn't worth a conversation for.
Thing is, I hear you, but I mean, it's just like the saying goes, like a drop of water is harmless, but a lake could kill you. It's just like if we got a leak in the roof and we get a droplet in here every week, it ain't really that bothersome, right? But if that shit continues and continues and continues, eventually that sheetrock gonna rot and all that shit. It's gonna the wall is eventually gonna cave in. So I guess what we're saying is, why not just get the drop taken care of immediately on the spot, even though it's not that big of a deal to us, whatever, but we know that it could potentially, or we should have the foresight to know that this could potentially become an issue if it happens enough. But I feel like men don't do that. You're right. But and this is the thing, we're not singling you out. Shit, most men think like this. I do. And I guess I'm kind of even talking to myself and coaching myself to be more proactive. And again, program our woman the way we want her to be, because that's what women do to us. When she's telling you, babe, why are these shoes in the middle of this floor when I walk in here? Jesus Christ, I get out of work, can you please get these shoes? You get these shoes. She say it enough, and eventually when you just walk in the house, it's going to become, say, oh, these shoes, let me get these shoes. Just so I don't hear her mouth.
Right.
But you're going to do it enough to where it's just going to become habit. You're going to stop leaving shoes there completely. And now you're programmed according to what it is that's going to make her comfortable. I feel like we need to do the same thing to them. And that's going to come with, if it's anything that we uncomfortable with, regardless of how minute, have that conversation with her. It ain't got to be a drop that, hey, babe, I got to talk to you at 8 o'clock. Let's sit down. But just like Kenny just said, bring it up casually. He walk in the bathroom, damn, baby, ain't no drop. We both using these towels, boo, what's up? Like that. You know what I work all day. You know what I'm saying?
And
so
that's
it's
what
like
you gotta deal with.
Yeah, man, it got to be brought up like that, And I think, we as men, we just got to do a better job of that. And I think that our relationships will be 10 times better because our woman will be programmed to do what we want from her, or to do what we would be comfortable with, the same way they program us.
So I'm gonna say this. Okay, well, how would you know it's a leak if you don't see the leak, nor think that it's, I guess, leak worthy? You know what I'm saying?
If, let's say something that's minute, what if some woman does that's minute, get on your nerves?
Okay.
Do you like a clean household?
Hair in the bathroom.
You don't like
that.
There we
go.
You don't like that.
Let's go. Hair in the bathroom.
Every time you go in the bathroom, it's hair in the bathroom. You never clean it up. You just clean it up yourself. Go in the bathroom again, hair in the bathroom, you clean up yourself. Go in the bathroom again, you clean up yourself. Then on top of that hair in the bathroom, you ain't getting no food getting cooked for you. Then on top, what's another minute? It's like minute things start to add up to be a 10. If you keep on getting your 2s and your 3s and your 4s, they keep on adding up to where they become worse than just getting 110 at the moment. And then you just blurt it out whenever y'all have a disagreement over one thing that she had.
And you know what's wild? After it builds up, something minute is going to feel like a boulder dropping on you after it doesn't build. Because you just so frustrated with the situation. You mad about the way she blinking, breathing too hard around me. It's going to agitate me because I just got so much stuff that I'm just sitting on. I've been sitting on that you've been doing wrong and not doing right. You're not being considerate. You're not being thoughtful. You're not being none of that. And you got the nerve to sit here while I'm watching this movie, watching this game, and breathe hard. Now it's an argument.
You left a swallow in the side of the orange juice this morning. You got hair in the sink. You cooked yourself eggs and didn't cook me no eggs this morning.
You went to Starbucks.
And ain't bring me no coffee.
Bring me a goddamn thing.
You was asleep.
You went.
But you was asleep, babe.
You went and used up all your gas in your car, going to Starbucks, and then want me to go fill up the gas tank for you because you didn't feel like stopping.
Or take mine. Or leave me with the car. No gas.
Done.
I mean, that shit, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
real life shit.
Those little minor things add up to why you're like, God damn, I'm in here washing clothes, cleaning the house.
Let's use this.
Doing the dishes.
So for the gas,
I cook.
For the gas, for example, first time, you want to ask about it?
Yes. No, me traditionally, no. But what I'm saying in this progressive version of me that I'm trying to get to, yes.
I'm not gonna say on your ass, but normally when they run out of gas, you're like, oh shit, babe, I forgot to put gas in my car on the way home. All right, babe, I'll get
as she leaving out the door.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, okay, babe, I'll get you this time, but next time don't forget to put gas in your car. You on your way home, stop and get some. You ain't had no money, I'll give you a gas card. You got a gas card.
That's why
you got to pay for your gas.
Fill it up because I know how it's gonna turn out.
Stop and get.
That's what I've learned.
I've had plenty of good conversations where I just say something and she's like, you know what, you're right. Because if I'm doing what you want me to do from you, I should be able to expect the same on my end from you, or on your end to me.
And again, you know what the wild part is that, opposite of common belief, your woman actually wants to appease you. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times because we don't stress things, they don't feel that sense of urgency to do it or to get it done. But if you bring it up to her and like sit her down like, baby, no, this is serious. I need you. Like, this is ridiculous. I feel slighted when you do this. Then now it's on her brain now. Now she's gonna go above and beyond to get it done if she really loves you. And again, you doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing for her, cleaning up her messes on the back end without saying nothing, this, that, and the third. So when I bring it to you, it ain't like I'm coming to you and I ain't did nothing. Yeah, I'm slacking in my job and I'm coming trying to get on you. Mm-hmm. Nah, baby, you know what I do around here. All I'm asking you to do is this.
Shit, go same way for women. If she over here cooking, cleaning, washing your clothes, and she just asks you to pick up your damn shoes, or fill up your car. Oh, babe, I got that. I'm sorry, I got that. Easy. Yeah. That's nothing. But if you ain't cooking, ain't cleaning, ain't doing nothing, and you want me to now pick up my shoes and this is my house. It was our house, but since I'm doing everything in this motherfucker,
it's a fact.
We got a problem.
That's real.
I might have an issue then. My thing is, I got issues.
You got issues? Oh, we know. Well, go ahead.
No, my thing is just, I don't know, man. I don't know what you want to call it.
You don't like confrontation.
It's not nonchalant. It ain't even about confrontation.
Yes,
it's just no. It ain't about because we can have a conversation and we'd had talks 3-4 hours into the night, just real, just vulnerable, truth telling. You know what I'm saying? Let you get yours out, I get mine out. We just go back and forth, and it be what it be. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I try to operate to where, at least I attempt to operate to where there aren't any complaints. I try to, not saying I'm trying to be perfect, but it's like, I'm going to work, come home. I know you already at work, or if you getting off late, I know automatically, okay, let me take some meat on. Let me go get some food for the night or whatever. Let me help Abe with his homework. Let's I'm already setting up plays so that when she home, she ain't got to think about that type of stuff. And then vice versa. We just work like that. But like when it comes to just having a conversation about certain things, it's like, because again, like going back to, I don't want to nag, I don't want to complain, but it don't be nothing to just have a conversation about. Because if I say it, I feel like it just may sound silly. So I don't even, because some stuff may not just be even worthy. I don't know.
No, which I get, but again, for the fourth time, that's our problem. We feel like it's gonna sound silly. Just communicating, just expressing, just asking for anything from a woman.
Asking for help.
Like a flush the toilet.
Feels silly.
Like flush the toilet. Accidentally one time. We've been together 3 years and you didn't flush the toilet one time on accident.
That's different.
That's different.
You know, I'm just saying, but that's what I'm saying when I'm saying minute things. Like not saying that that's gonna happen again, but that's not something that
one time, cool. 2, 3 times. All right. Hey.
Yes. Absolutely.
You bring it up slightly. We're not saying on the third time you just blow up on it.
But that's what I'm saying. It be certain things sometimes. It's just small stuff like this. Like,
But we saying don't just use one flush toilet as a reason to whenever y'all get in an argument, you just blow it up.
Oh, no.
That's what we're saying. Most minute
no.
things we just save in, and it's repeated offenses we know that we don't even speak on until it's a big argument, and then we start saying, well, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, you ain't doing this. And now it's a back and forth of who ain't doing what.
Facts. Yeah. I definitely get that.
All right, man. Hell of a conversation. We're going to keep this thing moving.
We need some more like that.
Yeah, man. It was a topic, man. The man was talking about technology and how technology destroyed the modern day relationship. We're going to play this clip by this gentleman and get y'all take on what it is that he had to say.
Simply put, it's a disaster. Whenever technology comes into an industry, it consolidates it. Mating has been consolidated in the worst way. 50 men on Tinder, 50 women. 46 of the women show all of their attention to just 4 men, leaving 46 men pursuing just 4 women. If mating was a country, it would be more unequal than Venezuela. We have huge mating inequality. And here's the problem. When people don't get together and there's no pheromones and there's no vibe, women, and we don't like to say this on the left, primarily try and make very quick assumptions about this individual's ability to garner resources in the future. So what you have is this concentration of interest, and you're ending up with Porsche polygamy, where 10% of the men get 90% of the attention, which does not lead to good behavior or form long-term relationships. E-commerce was disastrous for retail. Social media was disastrous for everybody. Online dating is disastrous for mating and for men. It's terrible.
Online dating is disastrous because it creates unrealistic expectation and it slims the market down smaller than it should be in certain people's minds. Do y'all feel like there's some validity to what that man had to say?
You said it slims the marketplace?
Yeah, and more than it should in some people's minds, meaning that somebody that's a 5, just like he said, still feeling like, hey, I need to shoot for the top 4 or 5 men, or I need to shoot for the top 4 or 5 women in this thing. Like women who on my level, nah, I ain't messing with them. I'm trying to shoot for the top of the chain. So much so that they would, they would ignore the women who are on their level. You know what I'm saying? So it slims down the margin, slims down the options smaller than it should be in their mind.
Yeah, there's some validity to that. Yeah.
A lot of validity.
There is a lot of validity to that, I guess. I mean, people are just unrealistic nowadays, too. I don't know how to answer that question. I don't even know what the question is.
Yeah, I mean, and speak to what that does to the 4 people who are at the top of the chain. It kind of enables them to not settle.
It's like hoarding, almost. Like you got so many options to choose from. That's what makes it harder, for the other men that's not being picked. I mean, I said that before that when I looked up that stat or whatever. Like, it's just crazy that, again, it goes back to like the aesthetics, like 6'2", 6'3", like the women gonna say looking for that. They want X amount of money. He got to be handsome. He got a clean cut. He got a da-da-da-da. Whole time, she built like a Oompa Loompa or something, but you want the cream of the crop. Man, vice versa. Same thing.
You came with the disclaimer quick.
He came out quick.
Saw that.
I mean, it go both ways, but what I'm saying is,
But women do it more than men, though. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
Well, yeah. Well, men are swipe left or right on whatever they see. It be what kind of vagina it is. They gonna swipe left at whatever it is. Men have only two things they look for: physical appearance and a vagina.
Yep.
that's true.
Women, they want 6'2", have a good job, stable career, fine.
You got to be Prince Charming.
Six-pack, Prince Charming. I mean, they're more direct on what they want. And that's why most of them only pick the top 1% of men. While the other men on there, they really just trying to fuck whatever they can fuck. I don't want to say fuck, but have sex with whatever they can have sex with. Have sex with whatever they can have sex with at the time, because we're just some horny people. People most of the time on these dating sites and Tinder and stuff just using it just to have sex.
That's true. Very
Most
true.
of them.
But here's a question: like, what should that do to the mindset of men who not in that top 4? Because that type of situation is going to do one of 2 things. Mm-hmm. It's going to make you become depressed because you're not in that top tier level as far as, your ability to get women, or it's going to motivate you to elevate. So, I'm trying to figure out, like, what's y'all's thoughts on how they should be thinking, or do y'all feel like it's just unfair and that's just going to always be the way it is?
No, they're using every avenue of resource they're using to date. Because most men that are 4 or 3s, they stay on the internet and they just use the internet with a fake profile trying to get women. They're scared to approach a woman. They're scared to go out and communicate with women because they ain't never had no time around a woman. Because they already put themselves in, I'm only a 4 or 3, so nobody's going to like me. Instead of going approaching the other 4s and 3s or people. That's fact.
Right, that's true.
Or instead of going and approaching these other women and having conversations with them. You still can get a woman with a mouthpiece if you got the right mouthpiece, but most of them are shy and don't know how to communicate. So they sit back on behind these Tinder sites, make a fake profile or whatever, catfish somebody, or don't even catfish nobody, just don't know how to communicate. Even through text messages, they start talking about weird shit and get disposed of.
Sub to OnlyFans.
I'm serious. I mean, and most of the time, a lot of these guys are just they're freaking addicted to porn now. Porn is taking the place of even them one. They got pocket pussies and robo dogs or whatever it is.
Robo dogs.
And that's getting them off.
Yeah. Because the women rejecting them.
They didn't even make a shot.
Well, that's very
They
true.
done made a shot at an Instagram model or one of these OnlyFans women. You know how they making that money? From these lowball 2, 3s that don't have no confidence in themselves, but they got some money, so they use their credit card, run their credit card up, giving these women, as much money as they want to think they're getting their own personal attention from them, getting pussy pictures or whatever it is.
She copy and pasting your ass.
And they jacking off and being humble about it and then fall in love because they didn't just been jacking off to this woman the whole time and she's taking your money. Now you mad.
It's a cold game when you say it like that. That do be
how it go.
Yeah, that's how it go.
Porn is destruction right now.
Very.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's altering men's reality. It's making them not even want to. I mean, it's kind of like government assistance did to people's ambition. If we're gonna be honest, it's a lot of people that's just like, man, you know what? I ain't about to go to school. I ain't about to do nothing. I'm gonna just chill and collect these checks from the government, man. I ain't about to go get a higher education and try to get a better paying job. I'm good, man. Government paying my bills. I'm cool. I think porn does that same thing to men.
They don't even want to know what pussy feels like. They just gonna jack off and go buy the pocket pussy.
But how do you
Robo doll.
How do you, especially a young man, like stress the importance of how you don't need it or how to avoid it? Like that's what I'm saying. You young, your hormones are raging. You ain't gotta have the pressure of asking a woman to lay down with you or convincing a woman to lay down with you. You got it on your phone, laptop, computer, whatever they use. And you can get pleasure. What you really want at the end of the day. So which is
There's 2 different types of pleasures right there.
I know, but I know.
If you didn't really ask,
But getting off is getting off for some people.
well, hey.
So how do you tell them that they don't have to go that route if for them they get their release?
I think it starts in the household as parents from young. You got to force them in that water. That's what it is. I think a lot of parents don't do that. They want to coddle their kids, so they want to make it whatever is the path of least resistance. That's what we're gonna do. Nah, baby, you ain't got to go to that school dance. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to go to prom. No, you ain't got to ask nobody. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do this. You ain't got to go, out with your friends, or you ain't got to go play no sports. You ain't got to join no clubs. You can just come home and just do what you want to do, play Fortnite or whatever all night long. Do whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. When we was young, that wasn't the case. Get y'all ass outside. We'll see y'all later on. We drinking water out the water hose. We playing basketball all day. We, was knocking and running, all type of shit like that. We doing a bunch of different things outside because our parents forced us to be outside.
Don't be wasting all my good air.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Be
Just
home
like
before the street lights come on.
be home before the street lights. That was the golden rule. But what's crazy, and this is in line with what we talking about. I seen a video to where a mama was forcing her kid to fight.
Damn, yeah.
He was out there in the neighborhood, and it was some dudes that was bullying, and he was a kind of bigger kid, but you could tell he was just soft. Mm-hmm. He was afraid of contact, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And those guys standing outside his crib, his mama walk him out there and put your guards up and fight him. Mm-hmm. So, the dude, he Timmy crying, he's scared, but he trying to fight, he getting, worked or whatever the case may be, and she pick him right back up. No, hold your hands like this and go back in there and get it done. Go, you know what I'm saying? Show them you ain't scared. Because they're going to keep messing with you if you don't.
Yep.
That's the example of what I mean by throwing them in the fire, forcing them to go do that. Because, again, I'm like I always do, I read the comments, people saying, oh, that's abuse. I can't believe she's making them do that and blah, blah, blah. But everybody who grew up the way we did said, yep, I understand completely. That's going to be necessary because life is going to kick your ass. That's just what it is. It ain't even got to be physically coming from a person. Life is going to kick your ass. So you need to get used to adversity because it's coming. When you leave this house, which you're going to have to do eventually, you're not going to be able to live with your parents until you're 70. It don't work like that. You're going to have to go out on your own. And when you do, you're going to run into adversity. But if every time adversity comes up, I pull you away from it and I coddle you, or I keep you in a safe place to it, nah, you ain't got to go do that. When you run into the adversity, it's going to kick your ass 10 times worse. So to answer your question, it starts in the household as parents. You need to be forcing these kids outside to go interact with people, go interact with women, get comfortable interacting with women. And then once they get a taste of what that's like, they'll want no parts of that robo doll that he's talking about or none of that because they're going to develop a certain confidence so where even if they can't pull that IG model, they can pull a 7 just off gift the gab and, having a haircut and smelling good, hygiene and things of that nature alone and being, having a decent conversation. A lot of these dudes literally fall apart around a woman, get nervous, shake, like all type of shit, like really.
All type of shit. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they never had no interactions like that. So when they, in these same spots by chance and like a woman is talking to them, like they'll go in a panic mode because they wasn't forced to be outside like we was. To where back in the day, like you had to go get a girl number, like pen and pad number. It wasn't, let me message you let me DM you. Hey, here go my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. We didn't have that. We had to go get the number. Go talk to this woman. She in the mall with her friends. Walk up to a group of 4 or 5. Hey, excuse me, can I talk to you? Chop it up with her. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, my name is such and such. I thank you. Da 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 da. Like that's what we had to do to get women. But these kids can literally.
They got a TikTok dance.
Right. It's crazy. So it's crushing their social skills. They don't have no social skills. And it's like, as parents, like I said, parents enable that shit, man. Force that kid outside.
While we here.
TikTok dancing up.
While we here. I don't want to take us too far down, but I like the conversation. We can go back to the porn talk. Hypothetically.
Wait, yo.
That's what we're talking about.
Yo.
Hypothetically, okay? Because I just thought about this. So you're on the other end. Let's just say hypothetically, your kid is the bully, and that mom brings her kid outside to fight. Now, of course, she not putting her hands on you, your son or daughter, whatever, but she does bring the kid outside. How would you feel about that, being on the other side?
I'm all for it. I mean, as long as she don't jump in, I'm all for it. Because again, if it was my kid is the bully, then he can handle himself. But he also needs to learn that you can't do that to everybody.
Very true.
Eventually, you're gonna run into somebody who's gonna fight back
and whoop
your ass, or you may whoop them, but you may lose a lot in the process of whooping them. But a lot of times, bullies don't face opposition like that until they get older, until they play with something. Because again, bullies are smart. They act dumb, but they smart. They know who to play with and who not. So yeah, if I'm the other parent and she brought her kid out there to fight my son, and my son been bullying them or whatever, for one, I'm gonna be mad at my son for bullying them. So it's like, okay, well, go ahead, and I'm gonna be standing right out there watching it. And if it get to be too far, then we're gonna jump in and break that up. But yeah, I wouldn't feel no way. Again, get comfortable with that type of shit.
I'm gonna sneak my son.
Go sneak your son.
You gonna sneak your own son? Fucking short out here.
You done bullied too many people in the school. You never know when they all gonna jump you. I'm just trying to teach you.
It can come out of nowhere.
Your head on the swivel. You wasn't looking around like you supposed to.
Nah, they on your neck. I can't help you. They on your neck.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that video, cause she brought her son out there. It was 3 of them. It was 3 other kids. It was the main bully who had his hands up and he was ready to fight, and the other 2 dudes was watching.
And that main bully, he'd say, he get out there.
Yeah.
That little kid get out there.
And he could even fight for real, but that's another concept for another day. But what I'm saying is this, right? He's gonna get his ass worked with a straight right. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is that what that mama did is gonna save that kid's life. That's how I feel. And you can tell who wasn't outside. You can tell who was coddled when they was coming up in those comments just by their response. I mean, you literally have people outraged. Like, CPS should take her kid from her. Like, this is egregious. I can't believe she's forcing him to blah, blah, blah. Oh. And again, everybody who grew up outside, we like, well, I don't see nothing wrong. Because that's similar to how it used to be. You used to get your ass whooped, come on, mama, he beat me. Get your ass back outside and fight him again. And if he whoop you, I'm whooping you when you get home. Either you whoop him or I whoop you.
That's to the bullies.
Right.
Yeah. So that was another instance. Okay, what about this one? Damn.
I probably wouldn't send my kid out there to fight. Not if they pulled her to my house. I would say I would put your ass in some goddamn karate classes or boxing classes, and we gonna learn that way. But if they jump on you in school, then you gonna have to put your hands on them. But not at my house, because then there's all kind of legal actions that can happen. Just like old girl that got stabbed or shot or whatever happened at the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
That's I'm not dealing with that. I'm gonna tell her, hey, y'all go home. Y'all not about to jump my son or fight my daughter or whatever it is. Y'all go on about y'all business with that. But in the house, I'm gonna tell my daughter or son, hey, we gonna take boxing classes or karate classes. Which one you want to do? If it ain't one of them, the next day you go to school, you better sneak them. I better be getting caught up there because you didn't start a fight because you say you tired of it. That's the quickest way to get a bully off your back. When they ain't thinking about it, just hit them.
Apply that pressure.
This motherfucker is crazy.
Apply that
He
pressure.
just hit. Why'd you hit him? Because I felt like it. I'm tired of it. And either y'all gonna be fighting for the rest of the year, or they just go, no, if you hit them hard enough, they can be like, oh, all right, we ain't doing this. But it ain't happening at my house. No. I'm not forcing my kid to get out there and fight.
I'm on the fence. But so there was a similar situation. I forgot what state it was in, but there was a teacher that was letting students fight in the classroom. She was like, "Y'all got 30 seconds, no phones, no nothing." Like,
And the phone was still out.
Y'all just got to go get it.
Sound like Kenny Ray.
With the boxing gloves, hey.
Sound like us.
Let them have it.
That sound like us in the clubhouse. But that's another conversation. Go ahead. What you were saying,
But
bro?
as a parent, how would y'all feel about that? Like your kids let
I would be mad about it,
What you wrote?
but I would understand.
a squabble.
Squabble. Teach a man how to squabble. Straight up. Rest in peace, Uncle Jerome. But yet, if I found out about it that it happened, I would be mad at first. But the more I thought about it, I would go up and talk to the teacher and what's the thought process, bro? Like, what the hell you doing? And he like, well, this type of stuff is going on. I'm just trying to teach him about. And if it's explanation good, I because again, I get it. They did that to us. They did that to us, bro. If you got into an issue with, especially on the team, Kenny Ray, anybody who went to Port Arthur Memorial know exactly what I'm talking about. If you get into an issue, get into an issue in school, especially with a teammate, but even if it ain't, they'll let. Back in the day, this is a long time ago, statute of limitations up. They'll let. The dude who you got into the issue with and the player on the team come in the clubhouse. We gonna lock the doors. Y'all do y'all thing. Get it off y'all chest. And after it's over, you go your way, you go that. And if I hear anything else come from this, then we gonna handle it the other way. And it was the same thing with people on the team who fighting. Stuff like that. Oh, y'all wanna fight? All right, come on. Let's go to the bathroom. I mean, not the bathroom, the clubhouse. Lock the doors. Y'all get it off y'all chest. If y'all really on it like that. If not, then y'all shake hands and get the hell on about y'all business. Y'all teammates, what the hell y'all doing? But what that does is that teaches you, okay, if we gonna get into it, I gotta be willing to go all the way with it.
That's a fact.
I can't be playing with it. And most people are not willing to go all the way. So there's plenty of times where they done brought them in the clubhouse, locked the doors, and they didn't fight. They just like, man. Okay, well, y'all don't want it like that. So why y'all out there risking getting suspended and getting whatever if it ain't that serious? Because if it's that serious, y'all be fighting right now. So, again, I get it. And, in our neighborhood, the gloves, man. How, Brent Newcastle and them and all that. We used to have them gloves out there in Elvesta and Montrose, big dog. It was like that.
Hey.
Pull up. We had Elvesta Park. Pull up.
friendships got strained. Some gloves going on.
That's real. But you had
Find
to
out
hold
who
your
was your
own.
boy, who wasn't.
You had to hold your own, but it taught you life lessons because, again, you're going to face adversity in one way or another. It may not be fighting a bully, maybe on a job, maybe in your career, maybe with your family. It's a bunch of different ways. But how are you going to react if you ain't never ran into adversity ever in life? Your parents done coddled you and kept you away from it. They can't be here forever. Your parents can't be here forever. They going to go eventually. Then what? So, yeah.
Back to the porn.
Hey, yo.
Wow. That is wild.
I wish I could title it, but they're going to flag us on YouTube by titling it Back to the Porn.
Get done boxing and go straight to porn.
That's trying to get that aggression out by any means necessary.
Ooh, he hit me hard. Now I'm hard.
Boy, say this toy don't talk back either.
Hey,
Boy.
man. Hey, that is what they said. They said on that stage. I was arguing with one of them dudes about that one time. On one of the Manosphere stages. One niggas was dead serious. It's like, man, I ain't that too. We ain't gonna need the women in 5 years. I'm like, we? Nigga, speak for yourself.
No, what that shit do be wild.
That's what he said. He said, we ain't gonna even need a woman in 5 years.
The women,
we.
all the women shit is normalized. That's the funny part. The women are normalized. Now they got men. They got you with a brown booty, white booty, all type of just ass, just with a hole.
With a hole.
What a drain plug.
Oh my
God. I gotta drain my ass real quick.
No, I ain't gonna lie to you though. You see that?
Looking like
You
an
see
April
that?
Cooler.
You see that Guac 3000 with?
No.
Yeah, with the little spin thing. Nah. Them niggas get creative with the
Man,
toys.
ain't no
man.
way, dog. No.
Oh.
Dog, that is insane.
Bootylicious 3000.
They got jiggle to it too.
You do.
Sitting there complaining about BBLs. And you over here hitting some plastic. Hard, too.
Hard, boy.
Oh my
Still
God.
ain't getting your stroke count up.
That
You
is
still
crazy.
2 strokes in. Oh!
Panic. That's some wild shit.
You can take
What
it
was
today.
that scary movie? Stewie.
I'm cleaning up my room.
Came out with that vacuum.
Fam.
Fam. That's dude's real life though. Y'all laughing. This dude's really going through that.
Oh shit.
Stop it.
Just stop. Stop, please.
Stop it.
That is insane. All right.
Oh, you tight today.
What did he say? Say you tight today?
You tight today.
Oh, shit.
Niggas,
Nigga set the mood and
say
everything.
you tight they got candles lit and music playing.
Yeah, that motherfucker loose. Look around the corner. Your dad sitting there rubbing the wall.
Fam. Hey, what if you walked in on your kid? Nah, let's get the reaction. What if you walk in on your kid with candles lit, music playing, with the what you called it?
Which one?
To add the fake ass
He said Cletus said the booty clapper.
booty clap,
What you say?
booty clap 2000. What he said?
Fam.
You walk in on your kid doing that. What's the response, man?
Did you wear protection? No, I don't. Hey,
Did you wear protection?
my nigga playing it safe, dog.
Oh, shit. I'd probably walk in there and
I mean,
say,
I'd be embarrassed.
I'd be embarrassed. You'll be embarrassed for?
Yeah. Got a mid-stroke.
I'd probably walk in there and be like, oh, yeah, you got a good one right there.
This is what you doing with your allowance, man. This is what your allowance went.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Shit,
Oh, ass in his lap.
should be traumatized.
Nah.
I had to walk out like I didn't see it.
Now you gotta have a conversation.
I gotta walk out like I didn't see it.
So how the conversation gonna go?
Nah, we ain't having that. We ain't talking about that. I ain't see that.
It'll never happen.
I ain't see that. Don't bring it up.
Ooh, I'm telling your mama. I'm telling your mama.
Cause I can't talk about it because I'm gonna be laughing too much. I'm gonna be joking too much, dog. It ain't gonna be a serious conversation. Oh man! All right.
You know your son in there.
In there going going crazy.
I wonder why we running out of peanut butter. It smell like
Rubber and peanut butter.
it smell like Peter Pan. Peter Pan peanut butter.
Fucking AutoZone. Peanut butter and AutoZone. Get the fuck out my head.
Cucumber melon. You smell like Bath and Body Works and AutoZone.
You got the fancy shit in there. You got your mama fancy shit.
I was say that. You got your mama good shit. Japanese cherry blossom in that motherfucker.
Oh shit! I gotta act like it never happened. I can't have that conversation.
Oh shit!
I can't have that. I'm gonna be joking. All right.
Oh no!
Prayers to all parties involved, man. Especially all of the men out there, man, that's having to do that, man. I'm praying for y'all. Next subject, man. It was a young lady who was speaking on why women in 23 would rather be single. We gonna play this clip, man. Get y'all take on this ordeal.
Women are choosing to be single and dealing with less bullshit because y'all sat here and gave us so much bullshit on why we should be fucking doormats to y'all emotions.
Come on, Randy.
Opposed to taking fucking accountability for the fact that you ain't healed yourself from the fucked up shit that your fucked up ass mama did to you. Come on, Randy. Come on, Randy.
She said, y'all.
Women are choosing to.
Someone's hurt.
Why we gotta put my mama in this?
My mama gotta do
What mama did?
I gotta do this. For one, man, shout out to Randy and my dog Ace Metaphor and all them boys, man. They gonna be in town this week, man. We're gonna go check them out on Saturday. But yeah, she was saying, you know, the reason women would rather be single in this era, man, is because they rather not deal with men who got all the emotional trauma, don't know how to respect women out there cheating, acting a goddamn fool. They tired of dealing with that. They rather, you know what I'm saying, be on their own. They can do bad all by their damn self, is essentially what she's saying. What's your thoughts on that, man?
A lie.
Nah, go ahead.
I think it's a whole lie. I think what you're choosing to deal with is the problem in itself. Your choice of man you picking is the reason why you want to be single. How about you pick somebody with the right resources and the right responsibilities that you gauge and your morals that you want? Instead, you going for the looks and the big bag and whatever it is that you know ain't been successful. So how about you go for the real things that you want in life? I'm tired of, you know, let me blame somebody else, a mama, and there's some men that's fucked up out there, but there's also men that are good men that want to be in relationships.
Yeah.
And y'all continuously go for the men that y'all know don't want to be in relationships. Y'all continuously don't have the conversations when a man says, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship. You say, you know what? It's fun over here. I'm still going to do what I got to do. I know I shouldn't be going back talking to you because you already did me wrong, but I'm still going to talk back to you. You see it all the time. And every single meme y'all put up on Instagram. Oh, I'm tired of dealing with this toxic nigga. But you still doing it. It's all your choices. It's the choices that you pick, the people that you are engaging, the people that you engage with is what you choose to pick with. And that's a problem in itself. We can't say all men are cheaters because all men are not cheaters. There's good people out there, good men out there and women out there that want relationships, but y'all just refuse to go that path. Y'all refuse to ask the right questions. Y'all refuse to stand on y'all morals and accept that the path to be in a relationship might be a little bit harder than the fun. It might not be as fun in an instance at the beginning than what it was beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, we had a conversation about it earlier, man. And they said these moments is what he was talking about, where you got to look in that mirror and ask yourself, why do I keep running into the same type of person? Because you allow access You open the door, you get him the key card to have access to you. Why do you keep giving the same type of man the key card? It's something about you. It is. Because just like Kenny said, every man is not on that. There's some dudes out here that would love to be with you, that would love to value you, love to take you out, love to buy you flowers every Sunday, all of that. But he ain't got the swagger that you want. Or he don't dress like you would like. When in reality, you could take this man and glow him up if he already got the intangibles and he don't look half bad. You know what I'm saying? But you might be able to put him on a wardrobe. You might be able to put him on some colognes that he may need. You know what I'm saying? If he wearing the wrong thing, whatever the case may be. Small stuff like that can be adjusted. But people don't want to do the work. People want finished product. Right out the gate. I need you to be exactly how I want you to be. But in reality, that don't work. Because even the men who you think are like that, when they get with you, some adjusting still has to happen. Period. Because they have to be programmed, going back to what we said earlier, conversation we spoke about earlier, they have to be programmed to be the person that you need them to be, and vice versa. So it's going to be work to be done anyway. So why not take somebody who has all the intangibles and the integrity and the character of a man that you would want, and again, he's not ugly, decent looking, and glow him up. So, you know, that's my only concern with that, bro. Like, after a while, you know, you got to stop pointing fingers. And the fact is that a lot of women will rather be single than change their type.
Yep.
That's the reality of this.
Yep.
Instead of looking in that mirror and saying, well, damn, maybe my type is not good for me.
And even the problem with being single, they still get hurt when they single.
Right.
They still get hurt. I'm single, I'm doing me, but you know, I'm sleeping with this guy. Mm-hmm. The next thing you know, you sleep with somebody else, and now you didn't caught an STD or something. Now you hurt.
Or you done got pregnant.
Or you didn't got pregnant, or you know, you still giving up the goods and still getting hurt for the same men that you running away from, quote unquote.
But you going to the same club, you never changing your environment, and then you wondering why you feel as if all men are the same. Mm-hmm. You going to the same places over and over and over.
Maybe not asking the right questions.
Do they even know?
They looking at that same Cuban link, that same Rolex, them same tattoos. That's what they shooting for. I mean, let's call it what it is.
It's a certain aesthetic.
Man.
It's a certain aesthetic.
These women that came on our panels and admitted to it. They admitted to it. Say, yeah, you know, it's just a certain swagger, man, that a man got to have. It's just a certain, you know, whatever. That's why whenever you be talking to these chicks or whatever, and maybe y'all get distant like I was talking about earlier, and you check her Instagram, that's why that running joke, you know what I'm saying, when you're going to see the Rolex with the tattoos, that running joke is a joke. It's a joke, but it's dead serious. Most of these women, look at the type of men that they with or that they spending time with. It's the same type of dude. It's the same aesthetic over and over and over again. One just may be light skinned, maybe dark skinned, but it's the same aesthetic. Money or the illusion of money and the illusion of a nigga that look tough.
In the spotlight. So they could be in the spotlight with him.
Right. And then he do you the same way the last 6 dudes did, and now all dudes ain't shit. No. You got to look in that mirror and say, my taste or my type of man ain't shit. I need to make some adjustments. And I need to elevate to where I can get to the type of man that I want. Because fact is, a lot of y'all don't qualify for the men y'all want. That's the reality of this shit. You ain't did enough self-work, obviously, because you keep making the same mistake over again. It was a wise man once said, doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results is insanity. A lot of y'all are insane.
Who you gonna tell them what they can qualify for?
I don't gotta tell you shit. The results is speaking louder than I ever could. Could. So, you know, again, you gonna look in that mirror one way or the other. So it would just behoove you to do it before you get super invested in your 7th nigga in a row. That was just like the last 6. Just a thought. But all right, on that note, man, we're gonna get in the advice column. Our boys be sending clips. We don't be. All right, hold on. Let me see, man. We can play it. Facebook a little different.
I'm feeling like you got to be loyal to people who are bad for your soul. People who do damage to you spiritually. Stop feeling like you got to be loyal and you got to stay committed to connections that's killing you. That's a bad habit. It's a bad habit. You got to stop sacrificing yourself on the altar of other people's dysfunction. People are crazy, and if you allow them to stay around long enough, they'll make you crazy. And sometimes you got to learn how to give the gift of goodbye without an excuse. You got to give the gift of goodbye without an excuse. Once I discover you're killing me, I ain't giving out no excuses. You didn't give me an excuse for why you rack my nerves. You didn't give me an excuse for why you constantly pollute my environment. I ain't giving no excuse for why I move on. And don't let anybody guilt trip you by telling you you done switched up. No, I didn't switch up. I grew up. I grew up beyond where you are, beyond what you're doing, beyond what you got going on. And I'm not going to allow you to kill my internal man so that I cannot be as successful as I'm supposed to be. So I give you the gift of goodbye, and that's just it. Hey.
Thoughts?
Was talking. I resonate with that a lot. I mean, which a situation that I was in, definitely allowed it to pull me from who I was, and I started responding and kind of just changing different, because it was almost like poison entering your body. You know what I'm saying? For you allowing it to happen and just start spreading until you dang near turn into somebody that you never thought you'd be. So yeah, you gotta shut that shit down early. Not because y'all put in time in, not because of memories, not because of who y'all met through or anything like that. Like, it should be, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And shit, sometimes you don't need excuses. I mean, you don't have to give them a reason where you heading out, especially they've been putting you through turmoil and stuff. I definitely don't see a reason for you to say, hey, I'm out here. You could just dip. It's time to start a new beginning. I don't owe you nothing. You don't owe me nothing. We both tearing each other apart, and it's gonna only get worse. So I don't see nothing wrong with just riding off to the sunset. Start your new beginning. You just can't be afraid to start over. I think that's what it is. A lot of people just afraid to kind of be alone for a little bit and just know yourself and understand who you are. And you just gotta spend some time with just love on yourself sometimes. We tend to please other people so much, whether it's family members, friends, work stuff, just obligating you, just putting other things before yourself. Sometimes you just gotta be selfish.
Kenny, what you feel like is the reason for that gravitational pull that toxic people may have on somebody? It's like he said, handling snakes. Why can't people just easily give the gift of goodbye and get the hell up out of there when they see it not going in a progressive or constructive fashion?
Shit, hell if I know. I give goodbyes quick. I'm out of there.
Get there.
If you ain't good for me, I'm gone. Sorry. Yeah. I don't care who you are. Family, it don't matter to me. If you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, if you are a negative impact on my life or anybody in my life that I feel you are negatively impacting, and they won't say it, I'm going to kick you out of my life anyway. It don't matter to me. But I think that's because I'm a lone wolf. I'm happy or in tune with myself. I don't need nobody else to make me feel loved. You know, I know how to love myself the right way. So I think that's why it's easier for me, but some people don't. Some people need, another person around them just to feel whole or to feel like they're getting love from somebody. And that's something I just don't resonate with. I can go anywhere by myself and feel comfortable and happy and not think twice about it. But others, they don't want to be alone, regardless if it's good or bad. At least they got somebody there.
Mm-hmm. I know plenty of people, especially women, they'll just transition Like they never get time alone. They're already talking to somebody as they heading out already, and just a continuous cycle. Just scared to be alone. I don't know. I can't, point out exactly the reason why they fear being alone. But it's just like some people just can't go through life like that. They need somebody to kind of cling to, in a sense, it seems like.
Here's a question. Do you feel like that they constantly searching for, I guess, that person's approval, even though that they know that they're toxic? Because, again, you spoke about a situation that you was in where you felt like you started to lose yourself. Mm-hmm. Did you feel a sense of a need to prove something to that person, or were you yearning for that person's acceptance despite what they were showing you?
See, it was some of everything. It was some of that. It was just me. It was ego. That's all it was. Me being me, thinking that I can maneuver the situation how I want it to be. Like if I do this, she'll respond this way. Or if I tell her she needs to do this, then it'll be like this. When it's not, I'm who I am and she's who she is. If she's willing to do certain things, cool. But I can't make nobody do stuff they don't want to do. But I also have the choice to respond and react certain ways. And if I let shit slide, or, kind of similar like we talked about earlier, if I let shit slide or if I don't bring nothing up at all, that ultimately falls back on me. But during that situation, yeah, it was just trying to prove something. It was like assuming that things can be easy if this little thing changes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then over and over, just trying to find different ways to prove why your way is right. It's right, but they just won't come that way. So you start kind of beating your head. It's like, okay, well, what am I doing wrong if I'm doing X, Y, Z? But some people just not with what you want. You got to accept that. And if you don't want to deal with that type of stuff, you got to go. You can't convince people to be somebody who they're not, or give the effort that you're willing to give. They got to meet those expectations that you set. But if you let people constantly bend the rules, you're gonna have to take what come with it if you choose to stay there.
Man, hell of an answer. I think when people in those situations, a lot of times the reason it's so hard to let go is because they're looking in the mirror. Despite the fact that that person is extremely toxic, there's a part of you that gravitates to that, which means you're toxic too. You may just hide it better. You may have better habits and, a better routine to where people can't really notice it, but deep down, you're toxic as well. And that's what brought y'all together. People are not brought together by accident. We didn't stumble into this thing. We linked, we chopped it up, we had long conversations, we spent a lot of time with each other, we had sex, we did all type of stuff. Like, there was a lot of bonding that took place. And if you was that different from that person, why was it so easy to bond? So that's what a lot of people don't really see, or don't really, accept. They'll get past it and say, you know what, that was just a stage of my life, whatever, that person was bad for me. Took me a while to see it. I stayed there for whatever reason, whatever reason that they can come up with that makes themselves feel good. Mm-hmm. But reality is that person was just you in a different gender. And they just expressed themselves slightly different. But the thing that made them is the same thing that makes you. That's what brought y'all together. And it's just, once you leave a situation and you may elevate, or you may, become better in terms of knowledge of self, may get more educated, may get more confident, may get more whatever. But now you're a different person than who you were then. So the people that you attract are going to be different than who you attracted then. But, again, that takes accountability to even realize that you have that problem, that issue. Like we spoke about in the last subject, there's a problem with my type because there's a problem with me that I hadn't fixed, that I hadn't sorted out yet. So instead of doing that work to sort it out, I'm going to just get somebody who can relate. Instead of somebody who's going to come in my life and, point out the glaring flaws that I have because they're more evolved. And that's too painful to deal with because everything they're going to be telling me is true. and I ain't gonna want to hear it, or I'm not in a space to hear it. So I'd rather just get with somebody, and even though it may be toxic, and we may argue, we may fight, we may whatever, but she gets me, or he gets me. And you know, it may be toxic, but it's our version of toxic, and it's what we both comfortable. It's like trauma bonding, almost. So yeah, I think that's the reasoning for it. And, you know, and it takes a lot of times for you to really bump your head to get out of that situation, you know, and you know, just thank God for growth and thank God for, you know, evolving, and, you know, but again, that, like a portion of people is very small. Most people leave that situation because they refuse to take that accountability and go find somebody else that's the exact same way, just in a different form. Because again, that's what I'm comfortable with. Sometimes we got to change what's comfortable to us. What's comfortable to us is it's not what's always good for us. And you know, that's the harsh reality. But what dude was saying, 1000% true. We all done been there in one way or another, whether it be family, whether it be a girlfriend, whether it be a boyfriend, whatever. Sister, brother, mama, daddy. We all done been there. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's about growth, and you know what Kenny's saying is 1000% true. Regardless of who it is, if they're bringing negativity in your life, they don't get a pass for that just because they family. Mm-hmm. They don't get a pass for that just because we in a relationship, or just because we got kids together, or just because we've been knowing each other for a long time. Like, they don't get a pass for that. The impact that they're having on you is the impact that they're having on you. And if it's negative, it's negative. It ain't no rationale for it. It ain't no I feel sorry for them. It ain't no I see better in them. It ain't none of that. All that matters is what's happening. Not what could happen, not what possibly happened, not what should be happening. What is going on right now? And that's what you got to go off of. And right now, this person is making me feel less than. This person is turning me into somebody that I don't recognize. This person causes me to always be in a bad mood. I'm always frustrated. I'm depressed. I don't have the same energy that I normally have. I'm not the same happy-go-lucky person that I am. I'm always just feel like a 1,000-pound weight on my shoulders. And you got to do what you got to do to get rid of that. However it got to happen. Or just like you said, with no explanation. You're not good for me. So we can't interact like that. I don't wish no bad on you. I don't wish no harm on you. Got love for you, all that. And I wish you the best. Just not with me. So, hell of a clip, man. Salute to Jonathan Williams. I ain't even saw bro out, man. That's Patreon right there. Appreciate it, bro. This next one, man, is from, I'm not saying that name. Jake from State Farm, Patreon.
Big Papa. Oh my God.
I'm not saying that shit.
Call that man his name.
He say, what up, though, gang? It's Jake from State Farm. Quick question. How do you tell the woman you love that they're not wife material?
What?
Damn, do you just ignore all the bad signs for the sake of love, or do you cut it off slowly? Too often I see people getting married for the wrong reasons, and it has nothing to do with legacy. A lot of times you can tell a woman the truth and be straightforward, and they still stick around. Most men get married to the person that has been around them the longest. Just my thoughts. So this question is, how do you tell a woman that you love they're not wife material?
Damn.
Say, do you just ignore all of the signs and rock, or do you cut it off slowly? That was a question, man.
You love her for the things that she does that aren't wifey things.
Sound like you love them based on tenure.
Yeah.
So how do I love
love
you?
based on time spent?
Yep.
But you didn't had enough of her.
But everything else she ain't done. No, she ain't got no wifey qualities for him.
She ain't enough for me to walk down that aisle. She's not inspiring me to go buy that ring. She's cool.
The woman you have love for.
Am I even gonna love her?
Think you got love for her, or you in love?
How do you tell the woman you love
You love.
that they're not wife material?
I got love for you, but I just can't see myself marrying you. You don't have.
That's a tough conversation to
You
have.
don't have what I need as a wife, and I'm sorry. I should have caught this earlier in our standing
6 years ago.
Should've
But
put it in
6
the friend
years
zone.
ago, whatever it was. But I don't know how did you fall in love with them to jump?
Tenure.
Well, I mean, before then.
She was just cool. Might have been a homie. I mean, you just had her around, and you know, eventually y'all might have tried to dibble and dabble. Sex happened, and you know.
Why was she the homie? What did you like about her that made her the homie?
Cause she was the homie.
I mean, there's got to be things that you like about the woman to make her a homie, right? Conversation, easy to talk to, looks, something.
All that. But not enough. She missing the intangibles.
And you live with her and start seeing the other side of her.
That happens too.
How you taught a woman you love?
You say, do you just ignore all the bad signs for the sake of the love, or do you cut it off slowly?
I think you need to figure out what love is.
You need to.
That's
Love or lust or like, whatever it is, but I don't think it's love.
Right.
Yeah.
That's you use love very easily, I guess, in my opinion. And maybe I'm not seeing it the right way, but
No, I think I get what he's saying, because it like you can have friends that you love, but I'm not in love with you.
yeah, I got love for you. I got love for you.
You know what I'm saying?
But I thought he
ain't
said
in love with
woman.
What you really care about.
Okay, so he's saying he got love for her, but he's not in love with her.
you. He said the woman you love. Man, that's all he
The
said.
woman
Is it
you
in love or he got love for him?
If you say the woman I love, I'm assuming that I'm in love. So if I'm in love with you, I'm marrying you. I'm not gonna not marry you.
The woman you love.
Damn, but what if she wrong for you though? Because we just spoke about that. Like, what if you at that stage in your life to where you messing with the wrong chick? I mean, you are in love with her, but she wrong for you.
She's not wifey material.
You can just say I love you like a sister, but I don't love you like.
Nigga that hit 30 times. Say, hey man, I love you like a sister, man. You the homie, big dog.
Hey, I love you like family, but I can't. And I can't love you like sister because I ain't fucking my sister.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Look, man.
I got love for you, but you just not the one for me, baby. I'm sorry. We shouldn't have done what we did. We should have just stayed friends or whatever.
Sorry, I wasted 5 years of your life.
Damn. Niggas ain't shit. What? Niggas ain't shit. I'll take it back. Oh, niggas ain't shit, boy. I tell you.
God damn.
Damn, that's fucked up. Can you imagine a woman doing that to you?
Man.
You done went bought the ring and everything.
That'd be devastating.
But my ego not gonna allow me to stick around that long.
I love you.
Bro.
I love you, but you're not my husband material.
That's crazy.
Damn. Well, dodge the bullet.
Hey.
I don't know how you would say it. Kenny probably said the best. I mean,
I need to know the whole dynamic of the situation.
so you sit them down. Go have dinner with them. You know, everything is good. Hey, how was your day?
What, do it in public?
I'm not having no damn
crazy.
dinner. I ain't doing that.
Doing it in public is crazy.
Let them down easy. Yeah, then you go get your valet.
Not in public.
You gotta wait for valet? Nah, that ain't gonna go
I
good.
paid for the ticket. We didn't pay for the ticket on our phone.
She rode there with you. Hell no.
She ride there with me.
Nah.
We came separate.
Nah,
I
that's
told
already
you.
a problem.
Told you meet me there after work.
It's right down the street, so I'm gonna go right there. You just drive your car though. Drive your car. Hell
The
no.
woman that you love, that you.
Yeah, I mean, be honest, man. I think you gotta take that lumping on the chin, cause that's what's coming. Cause you wasted her time. It does not take men that long, bro, to know how serious we want to take this woman. You knew goddamn well that she wasn't wife material a long time ago. And you should have established that, and you should have put some distance between y'all, but you didn't. You kept having sex. You kept bringing her in, kept doing husband or boyfriend things, knowing that this shit wasn't going nowhere. That's the thing about men. Like, you cannot grow into a wife in our eyes. It don't work like that. It does not. When we see you, we're going to categorize you as that, or you have the potential to be that, or we're going to categorize you as, nah, this ain't going nowhere. It's just sex. That's it. That's all. And once we categorize you that way, it ain't no graduating. It ain't no elevating. That's who you are to us. But you know, you categorized her as just sex and got into a relationship with her. That's on you. That's your fault. So yeah, you're gonna take that lumber to the chin. She just don't do it in public, because she's gonna throw a drink in your face, all type of shit.
What if he categorized her as wifey material, but then once they got together, she didn't show any wifey material thing.
Then that's his fault for not vetting properly. It's always his fault.
His fault.
Because you categorized her. So that means you categorized her wrong. That's on you.
He was thinking.
You wouldn't
Wouldn't
have
have
thought
that.
Damn.
So I mean, you gotta take that to the
The
chin.
woman you love, that she's not wife.
Yeah, but he said, do you just
Skedaddle.
ignore her? Yeah, you get out of Dodge. You give her the gift of goodbye with no explanation. Nah. You gotta give
an explanation for that.
You gotta give an explanation on that. But he's basically like, do you ignore the signs for the sake of love, or do you cut it off slowly? Cut it off slowly.
Yeah, cut it off.
Cut it off, bro. You don't waste enough of that woman's time, man. Let
Then
that
you're
go.
gonna waste your time and build resentment and be tired of it, be snapping on her. No.
Yeah, so. All right, man. Next one, we're going to get to Courtney, man. Patreon. Oh, I remember Courtney. She wrote in a couple weeks ago. This where...
Damn, she must be at top of the list all the time.
Yeah, she was talking about the dude who had the epiphany, but then he had the baby on her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. The one that...
And then her friends told her to stay and all of this stuff. So she wrote in with some context. She said, hey, thanks for the advice. I agree with everything y'all said. I just want to clarify. My friends told me to try again, but they were not aware of the baby. They told me to give it another go before I even knew about the baby.
Gotcha.
Y'all were technically my first time telling somebody because I was too embarrassed to say. But my friend said the same thing y'all did once I told them about the baby.
Okay.
Well, then you got some solid ones around.
Appreciate you.
We just wanted to clarify. Hell no.
Good job. Good job to your girl.
Yeah, let's get that right. Well, I said, man, we definitely appreciate the clarity, man. That's love. But yeah,
take
get
my
out
answer
of
back. I'll take my advice back. Give him another chance.
Nah, hell no. Hell no. Please get up
Start
out
a
of there.
family with that man.
Take care of the other baby.
Become
Take care of the other baby.
Become a bonus mom.
Goddamn right.
But you can't be called mom.
Or mommy.
Or mommy.
Mother.
None of that, God damn it. Last one of the night, man. This is from Jessica, Patreon. Alrighty then. She says, hey, crew, my name is Jessica, and I just want to say that I absolutely love you guys' podcast. I've been binge listening to you guys on a daily basis. You guys give a great perspective into the mind of what the real black man is thinking and feeling, and I love that. That being said, I need some advice. I'm 31 and my ex-husband, father of my kids, is 41. We were married for 7 years and had 3 kids, but I divorced him because, if I'm honest, at 18, I had no idea of what it took to be a wife. I didn't even know who I was, which is why the divorce was sweet and simple. When I filed for divorce, I didn't ask for child support because I felt like I knew if he didn't have a dollar to his name, he would still be there for our children, no matter what. And I didn't want to send another black man to jail for failure to pay because he refused to work for people. I was wrong. He hasn't been there for our kids since he has gotten married a couple years ago. He sees them maybe 4 to 5 times out of the year, if that, and doesn't give me any type of financial support, even though he is 100% disabled from the military, and also has multiple businesses. His wife told me that I'm not allowed to call or text him because she handles all of his affairs. I can call his phone and he won't answer, but within the same 5 minutes, I'm getting a text or call from her asking how can she help me. This is insane to me because I've never kept him from his kids, nor have I ever spoken down to him to our kids. I've given him every opportunity to be a great father, even when others say I shouldn't have. Am I wrong to want to put him on child support now? Since he doesn't even see our kids, I'm a mail carrier, and I have to work 6 days a week to make sure my kids are taken care of because they are getting older, 12, 11, and 10 now. The oldest 2 are boys, and they need their dad. With some of the things they're starting to deal with, I don't date, nor do I have brothers to really give them an example of what a man is. I'm trying my best. Would you allow your wife to stop your communication with your children that you had before her? For context, his wife has no children.
That makes all shit.
I'm going to blame her first. We just not going to pass over a situation that you divorced this man just because you didn't know who you were.
Accountability is a two-way street.
She ain't say he ain't do no wrong. She just said, you know what? I didn't know who I was, so I just divorced him. That's wild. That's hard to take. As a man, you doing everything right, and she just want to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm gone. Now let's handle the other side of him not seeing his kids.
So now he don't feel the way. He's sour about it.
Even if that's the case, you know, you still had kids with this woman. And these still are your kids. You don't take out your anger towards this woman on your kids. That's your blood. So you need to take care of them just as if you were still with the mother. And your now wife shouldn't be the one contacting your previous wife about your kids.
She handles his affairs. That's his secretary.
She doesn't handle my kids. She can handle everything else, but my kids are my priorities.
Yeah, you're right. She handling his phone.
Any type of, if an emergency popped up,
Crazy.
if an emergency popped up and my kids were in danger and I have to hear it from my wife now first before I hear it from the woman that's taking care of my kids, it's going to be a problem. Because that's the utmost priority in my life. Now, I mean, when it comes to money and stuff, hey, it is what it is. But do you put them on child support? Hell yeah. If you ain't getting what you need, if you ain't supporting the kids like you need to be, yes, put them on child support.
Goddamn right.
4 to 5 times a year is wild.
Fam, it's 365 days in a year.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't care if he's fully disabled, whatever it is, he better get in his wheelchair and scoot along.
So you gotta relax.
Even if and you could be fully disabled and still be fully functional.
That's true.
That's
I know a couple
but,
niggas like that, but that's neither here nor there.
Also,
you better hop in the van and do what you got to do. Come see your kids, and you're not on child support. You are in a perfect situation. Still be a great father, and not even have to financially provide by the government. The government has nothing to do with you right now. When the government start getting on your ass, oh, okay, you don't want to pay nothing. You got businesses. Oh, we about to make this shit work real, real nice.
Need that.
Real, real nice. Nah, yeah, you definitely should put him on child support. I'm with that.
I'm with that. She's 31.
Mm-hmm.
He's 41.
Yeah, they've been married for 7 years. So they got married when she was 24 and he was 34.
Yeah.
But obviously, they were together since she was 18.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when she was 18, he was 28.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
I mean, that situation is what it is. You can't go in the past.
I know, but I mean,
If you made the decision to get married, you accepted that man's ring, you accepted his proposal, you just don't up and say, you know what? I just didn't know who I was. I didn't have the fun I needed. So you know what? I want a divorce.
She didn't say he was a bad dude or anything, right?
Nothing. I want a divorce. And you know you got kids. Now you didn't even care about how the kids would feel in the situation. And now you all hurt because you got to work 6 jobs and take care of 3 kids by yourself.
Carrying mail. I just want my credit before we go any further.
What's up?
My credit for being right about dating women that are that much younger than you. I often get a lot of flack, especially in this quote-unquote manosphere.
Bro,
They say, no, you want to date you want to get a younger chick because, you can mold her and you can do this. And my retort is always the same. That woman, that girl does not know who she is. Mm-hmm. And if you think that you're going to have an easier time with her simply because she's young and she's just going to mold to whatever you want her to be, you are sadly fucking mistaken. She's going to get older and she's going to realize how goofy that you are. And she's going to want something else, which is exactly what happened here.
Well, this situation is kind of different.
No, it's the same.
Because they didn't get married till she was 24.
Right, but she met him when she was a kid. Mm-hmm. And he was a grown-ass man.
But he gave her, what's that, 5 years? No, more than 6 years to decide if she really was going to do what she wanted to do or not.
Yeah, but again,
have they fun and do whatever it was.
Because when those 6 years are within a relationship, you're not experiencing life the same way that somebody who's single would be.
She experienced some life.
No, she experienced being his motherfucking fourth kid. That's what she experienced being. When a nigga 28 and you 18, what do we have in common?
Meat, and
more meat. I gotta go watch Block Party. I see the
telling you.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. So we had a chick calling it live recently. She was talking about, I met him when I was super young and I didn't know who I was. A similar situation. But this is always my response to it. That's why I don't advise it. That man knows who he is. That man knows at 28, 29, you know who you are. And you pretty much done with the whole going out there. I'm trying to be out every week. All that stuff starts to slow down a bit, and you want a family. You want these. But this woman never got to experience that. She literally went from a people crib to yours and jumping into you've been there 6 years, a wife role. She didn't have the ring yet, but she was basically, acting like a wife. And then now she's single again at 31, but she's really 19 mentally, as far as dating and experience wise. And that right there is the issue. That's why she got to an age and was like, wait a minute, I don't feel valued. I don't feel fulfilled here. We ain't even got much in common for real. But I got with him when I was so young, I didn't even have a chance to see that because I didn't know who the hell I was. So that's all this is. This is an example number 1,300,000 of the cases stamping my point that fucking much of a gap should not be advised. But that's what they advise. They advise a motherfucker that's 40 to go date somebody that's 19, 20. Why? What do we have in common aside from sex?
Peanut butter and jelly.
And I know a few people like that. I went to school with them, and they was dating older cats. And I'm just like, yeah, look good from the outside. They taking trips here and there. He established, they young. She kind of advanced in a sense, especially when it comes to status and money, because she had somebody that was already in his role and and everything like that. So outside looking in, people be kind of jealous. Like, damn, how you get a man like that already? And then, but of course, she ready. Now she want to go out. She young. She 23, 24. She in her prime, looking good.
That cat hot.
You know what I'm saying? He
Pern.
38. He ain't trying to go out to no club. Like, this go start.
She trying to pledge. She trying to hang with the homies. She trying to go to probate. She trying to go to movie nights, sleepovers.
She don't, none of the stuff that younger kids do at that age. Typically, she ain't got none of that type of experience.
Mm-mm.
That's gonna make you want to rebel.
She know how to suck a mean meat though.
Suck a mean meat.
You get that itch.
But in terms of his side, again, we got to speak to that. That is egregious. Just like Bro and them said, there's no damn way that I'm seeing my kids 4 to 5 times a year, and there's no damn way that any woman that I'm dating is going to dictate when I talk to them
At
or
all.
how I talk
I'm married to.
Especially not the mother of my kids.
Your ass will be replaced. That's just honest to God. If you can't understand the dynamic, now you can come with me to pick them up and things of that nature. That's cool, right? But in terms of you dating, you calls need to go through me in reference to my kid. You will get your ass replaced expeditiously playing with me like that. So no, there's no excuse. Being disabled is no excuse. Step up and be a father to your damn kids. Just because the relationship over does not mean your fatherly duty's over. That's not how that works. But you're going to get a rude awakening how that works in just a second when she filed this paperwork. And then you're going to wish you were seeing them more than 4 to 5 times a week. When they start taking that money out your check that you get every month for the military and that job you working. So, that business you started. All right. So some people gotta find out the hard way. And unfortunately, sir, you're about to find that out. Extremely hard.
Maybe the second woman is the one that put him in position to get those businesses. The other one was too young to.
I don't care what it is.
She take care of the house and stuff. So
he's about to find out the hard way regardless.
Let's see how long she stays when the government take that child support for 3 kids out of that business that she helped them start. Let's see how long she stays. Because paying child support for 1 kid, okay. 3,
depending on how much you're making,
totally
it ain't no okay.
Number. Totally different number.
You got 2 businesses too?
Bro, I ain't gonna tell too much, but I was in corporate America, man, and I was working in HR, so I had to process this paperwork. And I'm seeing the money, garnishments is what they call it, that they taking out of these men checks. I'm seeing dudes that get a $4,000 check for 2 weeks, they take $2,100 out of it. I've seen that.
Wow.
And garnishments. So again, you're about to get a rude awakening and a reminder as to why you should have seen them kids more than 4 to 5 times a year. Good luck with that. She about to, I tell you what, she ain't about to be working at that mail drop for too much longer. If y'all business as successful as y'all saying it is, as the new wife saying it is, she running around here peacocking, talking heavy because he getting that military check and that business money. Needs some of that. So good luck, man. Prayers to all parties involved. But in terms of you, hell yeah, put him on child support expeditiously. As soon as you hit this part,
gonna get some money then. He was in the military, right, Kenny?
she getting that. Need
That's
that.
almost like for sure.
Appreciate it. I just feel bad for the kids, man. They 11 and 12. Boys, they at that age. 11, 12, they at that age now. To where it's like, I'm trying to figure out how to navigate in the world. I'm trying to figure out what type of man I'm gonna be. And the man that's supposed to be guiding you.
It's a bad situation. I mean, she started. I say she started though.
Yeah, well, started it as rough.
She created the situation.
Based
she
on-
wanted what the message we got there. She
Based on
left
what
for
she
nothing.
gave us. Based on what she gave us, yeah. She didn't say he was
She
a bad
left because she
dude.
wanted to explore the world. That's her reason. You created like Aladdin.
Imagine.
That carpet wasn't flying.
It was on the ground.
Won't no genie in no bottle.
That's a fact.
You created the situation. And damn, that's fucked up. All prayers to parties and prayers and individuals and prayers.
Parties and
Prayers to them
prayers and
kids.
parties.
Oh, so she, you know what happened? She probably walked in on a booty clap at 3,000.
Guy had to get up out of there.
This where all my good feelings candles go. I knew I needed your daddy in the house.
That is insane, man. But yeah.
Booty clap 45 on the disc.
No, I wish I could title the part. I can't title the part that they gonna flag us, dog. Oh, come on, man.
You ain't seen a CD in a long time. They ain't got a DVD player in the room with old.
It's tough. It's tough, bro. With the static on the
Did somebody order a pizza?
Bro, why it always started off like that?
Here's the white tapes that was scratched with the title. They scratched the VHS with the title scratched off on that bitch. They just had a marker.
Plumber knocks up hot mom.
No, that ain't gonna be that. Plumber loosens pipes. Heard you have a clog, ma'am. Why this nigga showed up with his shirt off?
Rock hard.
No tools.
Nigga fixing.
And some jorts. Shorts, some jean shorts on. That's cut off.
Nigga got measuring tape.
The mama got the measuring tape. And a sundress.
Oh my God. You want some lemonade?
Ice cold.
Nigga ain't did no work. Man, why the music was sounding like that? Who made that music? They looped that shit for 30 minutes.
Man, we are traumatized. We got PTSD. That's why we had to take our ass outside.
Oh, man. That's a fact, man. On that note, man, we're going to wrap this day, get up out of here, man. We appreciate everybody for tapping in. Crusader Nation, man. Sleazeball University. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Patreon, man.
Smell like fish oil.
Oh, my God. Appreciate everybody that tapped in with us, man. Again, all merch is available, man. Crewseason.com. We appreciate everybody for supporting. We got some, things coming, man. We working on this live show. We trying to tweak it. We was on a phone call earlier, man, discussing some ideas, man. But it's definitely coming. Target date late July. And yeah. So when these things come available, man, y'all boys show up and show out because you already know how the experience is gonna be. We ain't half-ass or nothing. It's gonna be top shelf everything. So yeah, make sure y'all tap in, pull up. It's gonna be in Houston too. So everybody that's out of town, man, y'all get ready to travel. Get ready to pull up. Trying to think, is that everything, man? Is that everything? I'm missing something?
Not that I know of. Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not. Find out.
Smooth birthday was yesterday.
Yeah. Happy
I think
birthday
it
to my
was
dog.
at Cash App.
Everything I need to cash up. Some request.
Pass request.
Let me tell y'all sending bread his way. M. Dunbar 08.
Yeah, it is, man. On that note, man, we're going to get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all. Get up out of here with a record, that new Conway and Sauce Walker featuring Juicy J called Super Bowl, man. We up out of here.
She was just there for the season.